the sound of the Blue V's being opened up. Welcome to Night Meetups podcast, everyone. Sponsored by Blue V. We are here, joined today with Hugh, aka Matthew.
Hello.
Angus Munro, and Jamie behind the desk.
Good to be here.
How are we going today on this beautiful Friday, 19th of March, 2021?
Man, I'm feeling really good. That's what I'm feeling good.
Closer to the mic, brother.
Oh, that's alright. Bit of
Yeah,
a
rookie.
bit of a
Yeah,
rookie
right.
here, aren't
2 episodes in,
Yeah.
we're even better than this guy. But
Yeah.
what's it called? How's it feel? Did you notice it's different
Mate, look,
now that you're
I'm-
behind the mic
yeah,
and it's
I
being
can feel-
recorded?
yeah,
You feel a
yeah.
bit. The energy changes a bit.
I tell you, I feel very comfortable.
I get stressed out on the intro. Like I'm always like,
Yeah.
I
Like, how do
have
you
to make a
start the
good
con- yeah.
intro. It has to be interesting. That's why. Oh, a little cork. V
Yeah.
sponsorship. Like I have to be funny, and I like my heart's beating because I feel like I have to live up to some stupid expectation I've put on myself because I'm being recorded right now. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's so weird being... Because it's literally like it's literally like our night meetups and just going to Chris's garage and having a talk for hours on end. But we're recording it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
just
no
by
different.
doing that and speaking into a mic and like having like a half kind of proper setup,
Yeah.
it's like...
It changes the frequency because not only do you feel like everything is more full on, it's more in your face, it's more like acidic in its environment, but it's also there's a pressure. It feels like you got someone behind you pushing the conversation along, but eventually 15 minutes in it goes away
Just
and we're
flows.
just chatting like normal, like we always would, like the hours before when we were sitting in this room with no recording on, when we're talking about eating mangoes in the shower and we're having a laugh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like
Please
if
explain.
we were just to sit here, headphones on, 3, 2, 1, record, no intro, just begin talking, follow the conversation on. It's like, what are we talking about, bro? Oh yeah, mangoes in the shower. I feel like that's such a better vibe than doing an intro, but I like an intro. It excites me coming up with it.
Mangoes in the shower,
Mangoes
deep
in the
throating
shower.
bananas.
Deep throating bananas, mangoes in the shower.
Things
And
that go on at St. Greg's. I'm glad I didn't
Interesting
go.
conversations, eh?
in Kiwis, bro. Kiwis in explain the Kiwis in the tea towel. That was interesting as fuck.
Kiwis. Do you boys eat kiwis with the skin on?
No.
No.
I do.
We do.
Fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the fur and stuff on it. You can chuck it in a tea towel, right? Give it a little bit of a shake. Takes all the fur off, and then you can just eat it. There's like none of that like.
But I like the fur
grit.
texture. The fur texture is interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys
So
are
I don't
fucked.
like it.
You guys are fucked. Just cut the thing in half and get a fucking teaspoon.
As I said before,
Yeah,
sometimes
but
I don't
that
want
is the
utensils.
normal way, but like sorry.
I said sometimes I don't like utensils. Sometimes I just want to get
Literally
into the
why you were
motherfucker.
called ape.
Well, tell us what you do in the shower with the mango.
Alright, I'll break down for the audience. We've already explained this, so it's weird to go back over
Yeah,
it.
but
But
it's
let me
like-
just give you a quick rundown.
Yeah.
Alright. So you ever notice you eat a mango, you cut it into the thirds. You got the 2 diced bits and the seed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's alright. But you notice every time you like pop that one little cube out from the corner,
The
it's like
salesman
No.
in you is coming out, bro.
it's a
You're trying
1/3.
to sell this to
It's a
me.
1/3 to a half mouthful. Not satisfying at all for
Yeah,
the
agreed.
for the deliciousness of what a mango is. Correct?
Yeah,
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Supply and demand, baby. Let's get this going. All right. So, then the seed is just shitty. The seed is shitty. Get your hands all fucked up. And what are you going to eat it? Over the sink? Were you a fucking animal? What are you
Well,
eating it over the sink for? Over your dirty dishes? You're going to get a
Debate
plate.
is right.
Shit's dripping everywhere. It's all over
Debate.
your fingers. It's all over your cheeks, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I propose. Go into the shower.
Yeah.
A nice, steady temperature. Not hot, not
So are
cold.
you telling turn the water on?
Yeah.
Do you
Gushing
turn
over
the
you.
water on?
Gushing
you
over
didn't
you.
say this when we spoke about it before.
I
You
thought it was
turn
just
the
self.
water-
I thought it was
No,
self-explanatory.
I thought you just eat it in the thing because it's not messy. It's like boom, right?
No,
and then have
no.
a shower after.
No,
not
no, no,
while
no, no,
you're
no.
eating.
While it's going, you want
Wow.
like a relatively warm shower.
That's new. That is right.
Get the mango, jam your thumb into it, peel the whole thing off. So you just have a bare mango in your hand.
Yeah.
Boom, one full mouthful of mango. Oh, it's the most satisfying thing
It
you'll
would
ever
be because
eat.
you get a full mouthful of
outside.
mango. It's not like, as you said, they're like the 1/3 taste when you get it out of the.
Eating mango in this traditional Western era is completely wrong.
Yeah.
We should be eating mangoes in the shower, or at least mango should be a no a no cleanliness guarantee. You should not be expected to stay clean when eating a mango because it gets over your face, it gets all over your fingers. Are you gonna use a knife and fork? No. What? So you're gonna eat a mango? Like you gotta like be gentle. No, you shouldn't be gentle with a mango. It is too much of a tasty fruit to be gentle with. You should just be an absolute glutton and just destroy that mango. That's why I propose the mango in shower program, and it's one mango per shower. You don't go too far into it. But
why is it restricted to one mango per shower?
Yeah.
Because it's society. Society's telling me I can't have more than one mango. Because the thing is, mangoes are pretty. It's a delicacy in my household.
Society's telling you anyways that you can't have mangoes in the shower. Because if you told any random, I eat mangoes in the shower. Yeah, you. They're gonna look at you. I'm a freak. But
exactly. So, have you tried it? Has anyone tried it? Before you judge me, if the 11 people that listen to this podcast, before you judge me, just try it out. Same goes for an orange. An orange is underrated.
No, you can eat an orange without.
Bro, orange gets all sticky and it dries up on your cheeks, and then you feel like you can't open your mouth as much. Go into the shower. Trust.
It's just because you are an ape and eat things with
that is his
a high level of intensity.
Yeah, you want another example? I'll walk around the house and need to go to the toilet, and I'll be like, "Oh, there's a bathroom upstairs. There's a bathroom in my next to my bedroom." And I'll walk around. I'm like, "I need to go to the toilet," and I'll go straight past my bathroom outside onto the grass. Stretch my arms out, just free willy, just taking a piss out on the grass. No effort required. The aiming just gives me like anxiety. I don't like the aiming idea. I'll even sit down most of the time because just the aiming. All right, I have a skewed aim. I don't know where it's coming out. It's a game of just Russian roulette with the toilet. Like I'm just like, all right, let's fucking. I just have to like grit my teeth and just hope it's gonna go in the bowl because. My skin goes over the tip. It fucking squirts. It's gone. It's down the side. So I'll just bend from many years of trial and error. I've realized just go outside. It's so much better.
That's what I'll do. If I can't be fucked to go to a toilet, even though they're plenty close inside. If I'm watching a movie in the TV room, I'll fucking just walk outside and just take a piss. But
so satisfying. Primal.
Yeah. What were you saying before?
What was I saying?
Yeah, when you go to the toilet, I am so fucking lazy when it comes to that shit. I do it constantly. I can't be because my eyes when I wake up to go for a piss, I can't be fucked to do the whole fucking light and close my eyes. So I'll just walk out in pitch black, feel around for the fucking toilet bowl and basically squat over it and just piss into it.
I do the squat. The bend knees and you just
and you just
does everyone do the squat?
I'm the only one. I just listen for water and I'm like, okay, cool, and just aim it tiny bit to the other side.
You're risky as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
I only squat when I can see.
A night piss? Terrible.
I sit down in the night. Do you stand up at night?
I don't sit down. Sometimes
Bro, you should try sitting down.
Have you ever sat down taking a piss?
Yeah, 100%. But I don't do it all the time.
Yeah. See, I'm a 90% sit down pisser.
Depends on the flow rate.
If I'm at home, I'm sitting down. If I'm in public, I'll never sit down.
Oh really?
If I'm in public, of course I'll stand up. I'm not sitting down on a stranger's seat.
Sit down, just take a quick piss. You just stand up and just get it done. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. There's no time to mess around in a train station bathroom sitting down.
But if it goes in,
that's also what I was saying. You were on your phone in the bathroom taking a shit, just like when you got here, right?
Yeah.
See, I am not a dawdling person when I'm at a strange bathroom. A foreign bathroom means I cannot be on my phone watching YouTube as I take a shit. No, it's a mission. I get in there. There are people waiting on me. I'm getting there. I get the job done. I clean up and I flush. When I'm at home, sure, I'll browse YouTube for half an hour. I'll wait for my legs to go numb. But if I'm at a friend's house in a public place, I'm get out.
I'm the opposite.
Mission acquired.
I can get so comfortable so quickly.
In a strange toilet?
Situation.
Yeah. No way.
100%.
No fucking
way. Probably the most uncomfortable you'd be is in a school toilet. Because remember that scenario with that kid?
Don't need to talk about that. That's a bit weird.
No, it's not.
Him having a wank at school. Oh,
no,
Jesus Christ.
You guys walking on
he's on the toilet.
Yeah, bro.
And some guy sticks his phone over the top and videotapes the whole thing and
First
sends
of all,
it everywhere.
What fuckwit records a kid in a bathroom? You're legit asking for a record. Bro.
Where
is the brain cells in that guy?
Cubicle?
Say that again.
Why would you do that at a school in a it's a public place?
Yeah.
Right. You'd obviously hear it. He had it on his phone for everyone to hear, and a group of year 11s came in and heard it, and he still kept on going.
And you say I'm an ape. Yeah. I've never I've never done that. I've never
What?
thought about.
Oh,
I've
you
never
never
gone like, oh yeah, let me
think
just go
to
into the
do that,
bathroom,
yeah.
the public bathroom in my school, and some kids, bro,
Some
couple
Some kids have
that, yeah.
issues, bro.
couple
Yeah.
ruse loose
I
over the
don't-
top paddy.
Yeah.
I do not understand what went through his... And the fact that he was in year 7 as well.
He must have just found
He
out
was
about
young.
it.
No,
and like
that
like,
might have
who
been like his
thinks of
second
that?
time. He's still like, it's still a rush. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like, woo! Like maybe he just discovered it.
Look
and
at
he's
this,
just like,
everybody.
oh,
I
risk-
watch porn.
But,
I have a
like,
cutie.
he could have
Like-
gone to the what is it, the disabled toilet out the back where it's fully
staff
shut.
toilet.
It's like
Could have went
staff-
anywhere. Like, oh,
he
I
could
need
have
to go to
gone
the
in
nurse.
by himself and like done like that, but he had to do it in the.
Or you just wait
like,
till
it
you
was
get
like
home.
he wanted it to.
Or you just wait till you get home.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Yeah,
I
wait,
wouldn't even
hold on.
think-
Does
you
anybody
go to
know what
all
time
boys
of
school
day it
and that's
was?
all we. Yeah.
Gets into school first thing in the morning. Might as well rub one out. Get the day started.
Yeah, got up a bit late.
Yeah.
Missed my morning opportunity.
Get the blood flowing.
God, warming up for PE.
Like, I think everyone's at school. Everyone thinks about it, but no one ever does it. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh man, I
I don't think I
could,
ever
but like, you
thought
never
about it.
will because you're just like, yeah. There's like societal norms that dictate if I'm a fucking creep or not, and I'm not a creep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, you
Like,
always
who's that
do
kid gonna
shit.
grow up and be?
What? Sorry.
Who's that kid gonna be one day?
Definitely a sex offender.
I'd say that's pretty
What?
accurate. There's probably a 99% chance that
Yeah.
will be fact.
This poor kid.
No, he got bullied bad
God.
for it, which is
Oh,
actually really
yeah,
upsetting.
did-
Like, people
Oh.
talk, like, legitimately, that retard that recorded him fucked that kid up because
Big time.
he
got his
legit was
belt.
known as
That's
the
never gonna
wanker
be
kid.
let down.
Yeah,
His entire life. He'll probably get like fucking messages or something when he's like 30.
Yeah.
but see how bad is that? It's
Remember
gone
this?
to this podcast. It's like it
Exactly.
stemmed from that day where he made the wrong decision to talk about it 4 years later on some stupid podcast. Well, it's not stupid.
That's
but-
stupid.
Yeah,
That's
but like yeah,
Thanks,
but,
bro.
yeah, you go on,
Fucking
man. Like,
Really helpful.
but it's like, oh my god,
Retard.
such an like insignificant event happens, and it's just like transformed. to
yeah, I was about to say that is not
pretty
insignificant.
groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Well,
To
I
bust
don't think
into
it's
a
the first time it's
toilet
happened.
and just hear porn being played. Just
And I'm pretty sure he had a broken arm at the
yeah,
time.
but see,
Huh?
if-
I'm pretty sure he had a red cast and a broken
yeah,
arm.
he did. Yeah,
Just-
he did. Whoa.
I'm pretty sure I went one step deeper, and maybe, pure speculation, he might have been going lefty. Might have been a
No.
righty going lefty. So maybe if he was right-handed
Look,
and he broke his left hand, he would have got the job done in time. You know what I mean? You never know the nuances and the details. The fucking
But see,
whatever the
like-
devil's in the details or the fucking what's the word in the details? What's that saying? The devil's in the details. Yeah.
never heard that one.
Never heard that one.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
But like, what else would you do if you walked into a bathroom, right, with all your mates around you, and then you hear some porn playing? Wouldn't you want to know what the fuck's going on?
Oh,
I'm not gonna get my phone out.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't-
the
the most
wouldn't
I
go
would
and
do
look,
is
but I'd
just-
go-
what's going on in here?
Yeah,
bro?
that's it.
Like,
But he's stuck. He's like,
You'd
he's
be like,
stuck
"Oh
his phone
yeah,
up there.
put the mouse back in the house." That's all you'd say, like through the door. You know what I mean? You wouldn't like. I'm like you, who looks at people by like explain what you do when you enter a stall to see if it's empty or not, please.
look at the red-green slider thing.
Yeah, and as you
not.
look at that red green slider thing, you cross over a point in the crack where it lines up. And you and the person can see each other if they just so happen to be looking up at where you're looking
It's
at
happened
the
to me,
sign.
like,
Why you just
twice.
knock? I just knock.
Do you knock at a public bathroom?
Well, I don't look to see if
You're a
someone's in
freak.
there.
No,
You're
what
a
you
freak
do?
to make eye contact.
No,
with
you
them.
walk in.
You can classify all of... That's probably the most sensible thing to do, Matt, where you bow down and look at people's feet. You're probably going, what the fuck?
They don't see you looking at their feet.
Who knows? They're probably seeing like the shadow. Some might see like the
Harry,
tip of your
that's
head.
weird.
Just
It's weird.
No, I walk in with a one fluid gracious movement. Fuck me, dyslexia. I walk in with one fluid gracious movement.
No, you.
Scan the bathroom for any open toilets. I see some shoes, I avoid. You, on the other hand, scanning at this lock. Oh, just so happen. line up, eye contact, connection. Someone literally taking a shit and you're locking dead eye contact. In many circumstances, that could mean you were going to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, tribal era, you look at someone taking a shit,
about?
you're asking for war, bro. That is too private, and you're just...
Wait, you're the one who said that they look through the crack.
No, he looks through the crack.
You look through the crack.
No, I
I've
don't look
done
through the
it
crack.
like
I'm not a
twice.
fucking...
I never look
I'm not a
through the
fucking
crack to see
insane
someone
person.
shitting. Like, imagine if I just pulled up to a store, right? You're
And we just
taking a
lost eye
shit,
contact.
and I just stare at you until you make eye contact with me. I would be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
I'd
That's
be,
the
I'd be
thing.
nervous
You
to
guys
exit
are
the stall.
acting like this is happening. You guys are acting like this is happening. Here's the stall. You're acting like I'm going like this.
That's
staring through the
that's
crack.
basically what
I'm
it
doing
is.
this,
We make eye
walking,
contact.
checking every single one.
So Gus, okay, explain, and I'll explain what you're doing. Ready? So Gus is standing up, and he's just explain like what you mean, because no one can see what,
What
you're
I
doing.
mean?
Yeah, no one can see what you're doing. You're just showing us. No one can understand.
Okay.
So if you're standing up.
I'm standing up.
Yeah.
What I'm pretty sure you guys assume I'm doing is walking
Micro.
up. Yeah. Walking up
Yeah.
to the stall, looking at the tag, and then looking through the crack.
No, you glance at the tag, but sometimes in the peripheral there's someone looking at you,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
for a glance you look at their eyes. Correct?
I've done that, yeah, like twice.
All right. Secondly,
Hey,
who is
remember
the
the amount of
maniac
time-
looking at the lock as a person enters? I'm never. Well, I'm looking down and I'm just taking a shit. I am not looking at the lock.
If
That
it's
is
shut,
a maniac in
I
itself.
normally-
So this is what happens. You know what happens at 2%? Because there's 2% of sociopaths in this world who are looking at the lock and look at the lock and at people. So this is two maniacs looking at each other. You're working in a niche population right now. No one does that.
You're
bro.
no better.
No one
You
looks at the
bend
lock.
over to see if someone's there.
No
and see
one
if
knocks.
they-
No one knocks.
So no
I've
one
never
knocks.
had someone knock on my bar.
I always.
No one knocks.
In a stall. No one
I
knocks.
knock.
correct?
Yes, I've been knocked
No
on
one
many
knocks.
times.
I knock.
I don't knock.
I go.
He's a
if-
knocker.
Oh my god.
I cannot
If you
remember the
go
last
up,
time
if
someone
it's
knocked.
shut. If it's shut, this is what I do. Go up.
Hold on.
If the door's shut, do a quick little knock knock. If they go, yep, move on to the next one. That's
Occupied.
it.
Like I get nervous
No,
if
no.
someone knocks, bro. I don't know what to say.
Straight
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh. It's an uncomfortable situation.
But you know what's funny?
No.
The person
you
who the
can't
person
put
who
this-
knocks never responds.
Which one?
Soon as you knock and the person in the toilet goes, yeah, occupied or whatever, silence.
It's like a great white shark leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but-
fucking on to the next one,
It's
bro.
like, yeah, alright, I'll come back.
Bro, they're
next.
legit backing up the dock, and then you knock, and as a shit is leaving your anus. Yeah? Like, you rarely speak to someone as you're shitting. So I don't knock.
Have you
I
ever-
leave, I remove the part of conversation, and I just... They don't see me, I see them. That seems like the most normal thing to me.
You know what I hate? Walking in on people
Yes.
that are actually like making noises and like
Oh.
kaplooking.
Oh.
My
Yeah.
TAFE teacher,
See, I don't
one
give
of
a
the
fuck.
sickest cunts, I fucking was behind him when he walked in. He just sat on the toilet. I'm like, fuck, bro.
You know what that is?
Good.
That's a man who owns a house. That's a man who does not give a fuck. He's the king of his domain. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck. We're little boys, bro. That's the ultimate big cock alpha male
Yeah,
move.
it's just like,
Not giving a fuck, making noises in a public stall.
Wow.
It's just
Wow.
ever since Jacob like said, put like some toilet paper in there so the water doesn't splash back.
Yes.
Oh, that is
That
that's
is
why I
the
That's
thing
the
to do.
handiest
Yep.
thing. That's one of the only things I will stick to for probably that I know of for the rest of my life. Just
for sure.
Ripping some, but I'll put some extra ones down
Yeah.
if I know I'm dropping a big deuce.
Yeah, see, I'm a two patches in the bottom of the toilet before I shit. You know what I mean?
I
Maybe three, but one isn't enough.
All right, scenario.
Okay.
You're in the toilet. Just say Macca's, for example.
Macca's.
Right.
How many
You're in
stalls
the
are
toilet. You're in there. You're stuck. You've taken a shit.
Yeah.
Right. You go to reach for the toilet paper. It runs out. What do? A, you ask the person right next to you who's taking a fellow shit.
Why is this multiple choice? Can
Well,
I just,
don't know.
can I
I'm
just
just
expand my
I'm
mate?
giving you
Okay,
examples of it. Or you ring up the Macca's and say I'm stuck in the toilet and I've got no toilet paper.
Yeah, just John Wicket and crawl under the stool and go to the next one.
No, I'd wait. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's what
No,
I was
no,
saying.
no, you
I
can't.
would never
you
calling
can't,
into
you
the
can't.
other.
It is
Well,
everywhere.
those are just the two
It
options.
is everywhere you do it. Shit goes all over your pants.
Wait, what?
So what? Now I've shit my pants. That's a
Yeah.
whole different scenario.
Yeah. You can't. You're
You're changing the game as
Yeah,
we're
no.
playing.
You, first of all,
for the
it was
scenario. For the point of the scenario.
So I've shit my pants from Macca's. There's no toilet paper.
Well, what would you do?
I ring my mum to come bring me a
Would
change of
you ring
clothes.
your mum?
Like, I'm not dealing with
Mum,
that.
help me! I need toilet paper.
Anyone. I'm ringing you. I'm ringing any of the boys. Like, fucking help me out.
I just stick my hand under and go, yo, could you just give me some toilet paper?
yeah, just fucking
No, but first of all,
fucking
what?
hand of God.
How much is toilet paper
Bro.
gonna do to a shit-soaked undies, bro? You
What
shat
are you
your
talking
pants.
about?
You said you shat your pants.
No, I'm saying if you moved, you would. You have to stay there. You have to. Oh,
You're making no sense.
I'm making this.
Yeah, this scenario is really all over the
You've
place.
thrown
bro.
me off. First, it was a multiple choice with 2 fucking questions, and now it's
Scenario
like-
was if you sit there, you got no toilet paper. What do? Stuck in Macca's.
yeah,
You can't
fucking-
move off the toilet.
Yeah, what you said is
can't-
right.
no,
you should
can't
just
move off
ask.
the top.
You should just ask for the store next. Knock on the store
Yeah.
next to you. Oh, you got any?
And
then
if,
you, or
if
you
there's
just wait
no
for
one
someone
in
to enter,
there,
yeah.
if there's no one in there, you're just gonna have to freaking go in.
Well, how
wide
awkward would it be
and tap around
ringing
the
up
toilet.
and say, "Look, I'm stuck in your toilet. I've got no toilet paper."
I don't think anyone would ring up though.
I mean, that's
There
an
would
option,
be some
right?
savages out there that would.
And go, yeah.
Imagine getting that call.
Hey,
Imagine
I'm
being
actually
the
in your
employee to
toilet
give it.
stuck. I've got no toilet paper.
Would you just like to fuck with him? Just hang up on him.
yeah.
Just fuck with him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm stuck. I really hate to ask, but I'm stuck in the and he's just like rings up again.
Alright, let's
Hello,
do
manager. It's gone, bro.
Ringing Macca's up. Say it.
No,
Yeah. What do you mean?
I do not participate in criminal activities.
No.
Prank calling is not a joke.
Millions
Oi,
of people die
what about-
a year from prank
Bro,
calls.
Yeah.
What about Chris at your house in the granny flat?
What do you do?
And
Drop
he
my
fucking
memory.
called his old fucking teacher.
Oh yeah.
And then, oh, bro, that was probably one of the best prank calls. Just, so what happened was, did we start on Omegle? And
Yeah, we're
went
on
to prank
Omegle.
calls?
Mm.
You said some fucked up shit on Omegle, bro.
Yeah, bro, that was
that
fucked.
could
My
end
demons
you.
came out on Omegle, bro. I just like to shit on people. It's like when I get drunk, I just become the biggest shit talker, and I'm just brutally mean to people. Like it's a
You
bad
like
thing.
that sober?
What?
You like that sober?
All right.
Just a chick's part.
I'm not mean to people sober. You think so? In what? Give me an example. I'm interested.
Why are you wearing a hat?
I was drunk.
No, you weren't.
I was drunk. When I called her, she had a big head. I was drunk. It's just I'm so smooth with my words, you
you were
can't
not.
tell. To jog, hey, should I tell the story? Just to jog everyone up? Alright. There's this girl, and Matt knows her, right? And we're at the pub. Right? And we're sitting there, and I met this girl, and we're all chatting, we're all having a laugh, and I'm drunk, and I'm just a shit talker, right? I'll just talk shit to anyone, right? So I'm talking shit to the boys, talking shit. This new girl comes in. I introduce her. Oh, hey, I'm Harry. Matt knew of her. Matt goes, I don't really like this girl. I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't know her. I'm not going to judge her. And then I'm chatting, and then I'm like, rah, 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 just talking about whatever. And then she was like wearing this, like hipster hat that you get from like, I don't know, City Beach or General Pants, like the ones that no one buys. You know what I mean? And she had this. She was the only person. She was the only person in this whole place that had a hat on, and it was like 12
I
o'clock.
swear
It
you're
was
not even
midnight.
allowed hats in pubs and shit.
You're not, but she's a chick, so it's allowed,
Yeah.
right? It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'm personally, if you want to wear a
Shut
hat
the-
indoors, anyone can wear a hat indoors, but I'm gonna look at you a bit differently, guy or girl. You know what I mean? Why is a bloke wearing a flat cap with a Monster Energy sign on the front of it at 12 a.m. in the morning? It's not called for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pull your head in. All right. So this girl's sitting there with a hat, and I was curious. I'm curious by nature, and I'm a shit talker by nature. So I look at her and I say, "Oh, that's a cool hat. How come why are you wearing a hat indoors so late?" She's like, "I don't know. I'm pretty foggy on the story, but because I was a bit drunk."
You didn't give her any time to respond.
Oh, didn't I?
You were just like, yeah, why are you wearing a hat inside? Have you got a bald spot?
Yeah, I was like, "You got a bald spot on there, or you got a
she
bald
took
spot under there or
offense to
something."
that.
And she just looks at me and she just like goes, and I just go, I'm like, "Oh, that cut deep, didn't it?" And she just looks at me.
Yeah, everyone was pissing themselves.
Everyone was laughing.
And she was just like,
Oh, you put her in the
my
spot.
God.
She probably liked you after that.
And No, that's like preschool shit. I disagree with that.
That's not the word.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, push a girl.
Probably
Oh, he
like
probably has a
that.
crush on you.
Instant
The most gay
shut
shit
down.
ever. Like, not gay shit. The most like immature shit ever. Like, being mean to a girl means you like her. Like, that shit never is.
That's not the worst you've said though. I've heard you say worse.
Say worse.
Can I say it?
What I
You
say?
know exactly.
Give me the scenario and I'll see if you can
Leopard
say. It.
print. Wollongong.
Oh yeah, those girls were being mean to me. I was just trying to be nice.
Alright, so the scenario was we're at the pub at Wollongong
Yeah.
celebrating someone's.
Well, we
Sorry.
no, it was just a night out.
Yeah, it was just a night out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're at the pub, and we're around this table. We're all a bit drunk, and then Harry and someone gets up. Who was with you?
Wasn't me.
I think it was Chris. So me and Chris went over.
Yeah, you and Chris went over, right? And out of nowhere, you just hear this shouting, and all these girls are making all these comments towards Harry and Chris, and Harry absorbed it.
Can it come out of my
No,
mouth
yeah,
so I
yeah,
can
yeah.
so I can say it? So me and Chris, like, we're just sitting there, we're like, oh, you know what? No one ever talks to each other these days, like when you're at the pub, because
Yeah.
That's a little side note which I found interesting, right? Is in this day and age of social media, and we've grown up with it. It's by our side. It's a second part of us, and the way our parents have grown up and the generation above us has grown up is when you go to a pub, you mingle with other groups. It's a pub is a social place in the true sense of it used to be.
Yeah.
So like you could be interested, like, because people like to meet people, like, especially romantically. So you look at a girl, she'll look at you, and like you might go, hey, like from across the bar, and she'll give you a sign back where it's acceptable socially to go over and talk to her, right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't happen anymore. At least in
It's
the
like the
organic
look.
way, right? So like everyone goes to a pub and everyone's on their phone with their little groups and everyone's shut off. And I was just like, man, I really want to actually meet people. I like human beings. I'm interested in human beings. So there's this big group of girls over there in a massive group. It was like 12 of them. And Chris goes, bro, I want to like just talk to someone different. Let's just go talk to these girls. And I was like, all right. So we head over there, and one of their girls had come to our group, and we brought her into our group. She was really cool. Remember that girl?
Oh,
She came
yeah,
in,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she was a bit like a tomboy, and she was like she was funny. She was
Yeah.
cool. And we're like,
she
"See,
was
we-"
old. She
Yeah.
was older, wasn't she? She's like,
I don't know, but she was vibe. She was vibing with us.
Yeah.
And we thought she was really cool. We're like, oh, so she's got like, oh, you with those girls? She goes, yeah, I'm with those girls. She goes, yeah, I like you guys better. And we're like, yeah, of course you do. We're the boys, right? And
Of course you do.
and so I go, me and Chris are like, oh, we'll go over there and chat to him. And
I swear she even warned you guys. She was like, they're mean.
Yeah. No, she did.
yeah,
She did.
so
She
I
did.
go over there, and me and Chris go, hey guys, how are you? And as many people know, the first 45 seconds of
As a woman, if I hear, hey guys, how are you?
faggots.
The flick.
Oh,
No, you didn't say that. You.
What'd I say?
This is what you did.
okay.
You went up and got a chair. You got a chair and just sat it down right at the head of the table. Sat down and were like, "Hey, ladies, how you going?" And we're all pissing ourselves laughing, going, "Oh my god, like this is not going to end well." Anyway, you spoke for like 5 minutes with them. Like,
Yeah,
it
I was
actually
having like
going
at the start. I introduced myself to these girls, very pleasant. Me and Chris talking. I took more of the conversational lead. Chris was just backing me up, so it was a good vibe. Pretty good at the start.
There was only one problem.
There was this ringleader.
Yeah,
There's this little
that was
girl
the
at the
problem.
ringleader, and this woman. Should she be a woman or is she a young lady, right? And
Our age.
she was just being rude to me, just talking shit to me, and I was confused, and I knew that like she was trying to like flex on me, like treat me meanly, so her friends would be like think she's cool because she was meant to be like the group leader, and I could see the vibe of the table, and bro,
Yeah, keep going.
I could see the vibe of this table, and then I started like, she started insulting me, talking shit.
What'd you say?
This conversation, it's done. It's done. It's done.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like
It's probably.
I apologize deeply.
bro, that threw me off so hard. I can't even talk about what threw me off, but I got completely thrown off our story, which is why that last 30 seconds was the most awkward, incoherent babbling you ever heard.
Bro, you could have just Joe Rogan the shit out of me. You could have just stared fucking directly at me.
Bro.
But you were like,
But that's yeah. It's done. Gus, speak.
Now, like we
what do you
just
want me to
spoke
talk
about
about?
for 10 minutes that lead up, and we couldn't even finish.
Finish it off. Just
Alright,
wrap it
I'll
up.
finish
Is it that bad to say?
No,
I mean, she was insulting him. It's
I was
pretty
just
bad.
saying for Jamie to just shut up about Nick.
Oh right.
Yeah.
see,
Who's
like
Nick?
Yeah. Just keep talking. Just finish off.
the
your
story's done, bro. Anyway, she was talking shit to me, and then she was wearing like a leopard print, and I knew that like if I just insulted this girl's leopard print, it would ruin her day. So I just said, I don't like your leopard print dress. It looks trash. And she just imploded inside. and just, I just saw the look in her face. And then all her friends were like, the friends that like, her best friend that was like her best friend. Like, oh my fucking God. Like, I can't believe you just said that. She was like, and then her other friends who were like the quiet introverted friends who like just piggyback off this girl's like energy, they were like laughing. Not to say that it was actually funny, but I guess these girls, like, you know, like girls like secretly don't like each other. Like sort of have like
They're
these
just
superficial
there to
friend
hang out,
groups.
yeah.
Like this group of 3 will hang out with this big group, so they feel like safe and all together, which is fair, right? So I felt like there was a divide in this group, and I just like cut right in between it, and I divided their group, and then me and Chris just exited as smooth as we left. Like, all right, guys, really nice to chat to you. Goodbye.
I think Harry imploded that group within about, I think it was like 7 minutes. All it took was
Yeah,
just
you guys weren't over there.
self-destruction within the group. Bang. They didn't talk with the rest of them.
I wish that story came out smoother, but that's the best I could do.
Yeah, sorry for throwing you off.
It's alright. It happens.
Don't pay attention to anything I'm doing if I'm not looking at you.
Here's something interesting I was thinking about.
What?
I was listening to this guy. It was like this short on YouTube, and he was talking about like how often when you're an adult do you see your parents, right? And say you're like a man with a family, or a woman with a family, or an LGBTQI with a family, and your parents are getting like older at the point where they're coming to the end of their life. Maybe they've got 10 years left. And this guy asked this guy, he goes, how many years? How often do you see a family every year? And the guy's like 2, maybe 3. And he goes, and how long do you think they've got left in life? And he goes, about 5 years. So he says, so you think they got 5 years left in life, and you see them 2 times a year? That means you're only going to see them 10 times more before they die. Doesn't that change your perspective on, fuck, I need to see my parents more? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't see your relatives enough, and you look at it in the time of years rather than the quantitative amounts of time you actually see them,
yeah,
like that's a massive thing, especially with my grandfather who's got dementia. I'm losing him rapidly, and I don't see him enough. You know what I mean? And that hit hard on me. And it's weird that these things pop up during times of struggle. It's like the algorithms know. They hear these things. So then I'm thinking, that made me kick into a priority, because he's going down the spiral of dementia, losing his personality, losing his consciousnesses in a way. And I need to make that a priority to see him more than twice a year, more than 3 times a year, which is about averages. I'd say maybe like 3-4 times a year. That's not enough for a man that played a part in my life. You know what I mean?
he played a huge part.
Exactly.
Literally, like, was sort of the descendant.
Yeah,
right?
legit.
So without him, you wouldn't be here.
Of course. And I feel like a lot of people chase money, chase status. But at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you don't have status means nothing, money means nothing.
Yeah.
You long for your family, and you regret the time you didn't spend well, rather than the time you didn't.
Yeah, but it's
rather
like,
than
it's
the
like
deals
you
didn't
it's
make.
like what you said before. It's the relationships you made.
Yeah,
That's what you're gonna think about.
For sure. It's deep. It's
And
depressing.
that is a very deep conversation.
Like, it's not. No one's to talk about it. Death.
No, well,
Death?
everyone avoids death.
Of
I
course.
reckon, like, but you can't really run away from it. It's always gonna be there, no matter what. No matter what you do.
I like death in a way. I'm excited for death in a way.
I don't think I'm excited, but like,
Really?
I acknowledge
I'm
it
keen.
and I like try to live my life.
I see death as the ultimate motivator, right? So like, you're gonna die one day. It makes you want to do shit.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for the moment in my life. Like, if I could die now and come back, I'd do it right now. It excites me. Like, oh, what's on the other side? Like, if it's nothing, at least it's nothing. Now I come back to life and I'm chilling. Like, if I could die right now and come back easily, all right?
Is that reincarnation? No, that's...
No, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically,
rebirth.
if I could die and find out what's next, if there's nothing, if there's something reincarnation, and then I could somehow bring back myself to this point, I would do that.
But you wouldn't have the same consciousness. You wouldn't have the same experience.
I'm not meaning it literally.
I'm
I'm meaning, like, hypothetically, I die now, then come back straight away just to see what's on the other side.
Yeah.
What is death? How does death feel?
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I think, like, also another interesting perspective is you're on your deathbed as an old man. For the first time in your life, the moments before you die and your last breaths, it's where, you know, like, you're so uncertain about your future for your whole life, and you're on your deathbed, and people have, like, their last words, and they can feel they're about to die. So imagine having a concrete time when you know you're gonna die, right? It's like, maybe
I wouldn't want to know when.
Really?
If I had the choice to say, look, you can find out exactly the time and place and how you're gonna die, no way. I wouldn't want to know that, because then you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to avoid that, and you're probably going to cause something even worse. If it's my time, it's my time.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that, like, inevitably, before you die, say you die of old age, you're going to be lying in that bed, and people can feel, like, come closer, let me tell you my last words. Let me tell you something important before I go. It's like, people before they die can feel death coming. It's a feeling that people don't feel until you die, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, for the first time in your life, you see your future at an end, and it changes your perspective, where you all of a sudden have to turn your head and look back at the past as if it was the future. It's the only time in your life where the present is the future and the future is about to end, and it forces your perspective back the other way. And those last moments is everything you ever lived. Just
what would you say?
Boom, boom, gone, bro.
What would you say?
That rush. I reckon it'll be a rush.
Your
bro.
last sentence. What would you say?
I don't know. Wait until I die.
Right now.
If I was to die, like, in the next 10 seconds,
Yeah. What would you say?
I would say,
You had to give me all your wisdom.
oh, like, if I was to
Give me-
live, if I was to,
I want like a wisdom.
like, if I could give one wisdom for everyone to live by, say I was a god or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd say what, like, Jesus says. I don't necessarily believe in Jesus, but I believe in what he said. Love people like you love yourself. You know what I mean? Treat people as what you'd like to be treated as.
How you would
Yeah, what's the saying?
treat people how you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate thing.
Oh,
like, do you want someone to hurt you? No. Don't hurt people.
Yeah.
And that's why people who don't love themselves
Yeah.
hurt people, because they treat people the way they feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Good people don't hurt
This is
people.
a very deep conversation. Death.
Can't.
It's interesting. Like, sometimes
Yeah.
what you said can't.
I was just looking at that shit, like, because I was thinking, how many days is like in the average lifespan? It's 30,295. That doesn't sound like
that
a
doesn't
lot of
sound
days.
like a lot of time, eh? Holy shit.
And that's like that's the average lifespan for a man in Australia.
Yeah.
Like 83 years roughly.
Which isn't too bad.
Isn't too bad.
Like 85 to 90. I'd be relatively.
You know what
happy
was
with
creepier? Because the first thing that popped up was an American thing.
Yeah.
And they're 78 years, the average lifespan.
Yeah.
But it was like when they're 65 or something like that. Yeah, it was when they're 65, they've only got like 9,000 something days left. It's like 9,000.
Yeah, right. That's pretty scary stuff.
I kind of want to
Like,
start
it's
a
actually a
calendar
bit of
now.
time though. 9,000 is a lot.
I kind of want to start
Count
a
to
calendar
9,000.
now and just have 30,000 days just as each one goes by.
Yeah, but when you think about it, like,
Fuck that, what an
we're turning 20 this year. Like, that to me, like, holy shit, like, where is 20 years gone? Like, it doesn't make sense to me, like, how quickly that is gone.
It feels like a while for me.
Really? I
20
feel
years,
opposite. I
bro.
go
It's
20
been a while.
years, I'm 20
If you
already.
think about it, that's like a quarter of our lifespan.
Yeah, but like, I rather...
I'm happy with that. I think I've done my first 20 years pretty good.
Yeah.
I have no regrets so far. I think I've lived.
Well, we've been pretty privileged.
Yeah, I've lived a great
100%.
life so far. and I have no regrets of anything I've done. I think everything I've done has made me the person I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe that. I wouldn't change a damn thing if I was to go
I
back.
wouldn't change a thing.
No.
I'm just saying that I think it's going pretty quick.
Mm.
Like, probably it just hasn't sunk in that I'm even 19.
Yeah.
So weird when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I want to be an adult so fucking bad.
And now you get to 19, you're like,
it's like we were talking about with addiction. It's like you don't know you're addicted until you're addicted.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Sponsored by V Energy.
Huh?
Sponsored by V.
Yeah.
Sponsored by V Energy.
Fucking yeah. And pineapple juice.
And pineapple
I've got
juice.
to can't disrespect pineapple juice, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, but I guess that it's like the same with like reaching adulthood. You don't think you're there. Like, sure, you can be 18, but you're like, yeah, I'm still fucking like young and all this. And then like, you get a job and you start working, and then you're like, fuck, I don't really fucking care to go out anymore.
Mm.
Like, that's how I feel now. I'll go to the
like we
pub and
missed that
shit with you boys
opportunity,
if you like, if we're really looking for something to do.
Yeah.
But I'm happy just to sit and talk shit. Like,
Oh, 100%. Like
I
this
can't be stuffed
podcast.
to shove some pills in my face like every weekend and
Nah.
have my jaw swinging.
No. I don't know. I'd rather drink
Mm.
Yeah, and it's like
rather than try.
Well, I would rather do nothing. Like, I'm sober this year, so.
That's good. I know, Harry, you've made a commitment to stay off the drink.
yeah, that's just for sporting relations. Like I
Well,
found that
it is health.
I found that the
related.
rebound of alcohol just has no value for me with my goals in life.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
enjoy drinking that much. I've got a lot of sporting goals I want to achieve this year,
Yeah.
and it takes a level of sacrifice and commitment that I want to take. And alcohol does not play into me being a positive thing in my life at the moment, so I don't want to do it.
I tell you what, I have the worst hangovers. Like takes me at least 3 days to
Really?
fully recover.
Fuck.
Like the next day, I'm like no energy at all.
Mm.
The second day, I'm like, because I've got no sleep. Because you normally stay up. Like when you drink, you normally stay up till 4 o'clock.
I'm the opposite of you. I'm a
on
superhuman,
midnight.
bro. I never get hangovers.
Really? Yeah. See, I don't understand that. I don't know how you can stay up so late
Yeah.
and then not feel anything in the next morning.
I just
I'm
am
dead.
weaker. So when I go to the gym next day, I don't lift as heavy, and that annoys me. So I don't want to drink.
Yeah, right.
Like I can't. It knocks back my PB for like a couple of days. I can't be lifting as
Yeah,
heavy as
that-
I
yeah,
want, and
that'd
I'm
be
just like,
shit.
I'm stronger than this, and it's just for whatever reason the alcohol negatively affects my muscle contractions or whatever. Maybe the ATP into the
Yeah.
muscle. You don't know. Like maybe
Yeah.
it just is toxic, and your body has to spend
Well, it
energy.
dehydrates the muscle, right?
Yeah, and that's why hydration is so important.
100% straight after a big drink.
See, I pump vitamins and everything after alcohol though. Like bottle of water, 2 Nurofen
You love
before
your
bed, and
vitamins.
pump my vitamins. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't really take that many vitamins.
You should get into it, bro. It's
Just a
addictive as
vitamin
hell.
C when I'm feeling a bit sick, and bloody good as gold.
Yeah, I take lion's mane mushrooms.
Right.
You take lines.
Lion's mane mushrooms.
No, what are they called?
What?
What mushrooms do you have? What are they called? What'd you call them?
Oh, what are they called? Far out.
It's always
Not
like top-
reishi.
No, yeah, reishi.
No, not cordyceps. No, it was
what
another
was
one.
it?
Shiitake. That's the one. Yeah, on the hike.
On the hike.
shiitake
On the
Oh my
hike,
god,
yeah.
they look so AIDS.
They're good for you.
Didn't you spit
They
them all out?
tasted
No, I
like
ate 'em all.
crap. I
You
don't
never
like-
even ate one. What do you want about?
I ate it on the hike.
You ate? You
What?
have it one. Did you have one?
I ate some of your shiitake mushrooms on the hike,
And
and I did not like it.
I'm gonna sit up straight.
Yeah.
Bring the energy back. Woo!
Sponsored by
Stag.
the energy.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shoot
Right.
for the stars in this one. All right, let me think of a really good
You
topic.
look like you're beaming.
Really good
Let's get a really good topic. All right, here we go.
What? Lyrical topic?
A really good topic. Am I mumbling really badly?
No,
No.
it's just my hearing's short. Fucking boners in the morning. One
What?
of the worst things.
Oh, yeah.
Boners in the mornings. The
I
ones
mean, I
that
don't
like.
really like. I just deal with it. Like it's not a problem.
It's not a problem for me
Well,
either.
sometimes if you need to go
How's that a problem
take a
for you?
piss, it's like like it's a bit annoying, at least.
I don't wear undies.
You're a freak.
Oh, Ah, right.
So I have to like.
See, I'll wear boxers, but I won't sleep. Well,
No,
I
he
don't-
doesn't
I
wear
don't
undies
normally-
to work. He
I
just
don't
wears
wear
just
undies
pants.
Are you seriously?
He's a
Oh,
fucking
my
retard.
God, that's I couldn't.
Retard.
free ball
Yeah.
to work.
How is that retarded?
You got your dick rubbing on like cargo pants. You're a tradie. Like, what is
Yeah,
going
when
through your
when you
mind?
Get, rashes and
Get some
shit.
bamboo cotton
Oh,
fibers
No,
next
I
to
don't
the.
like having my junk fucking tucked up in there, getting
some
all
s-
sweaty and fucking.
Where's some
Just
silk
in-
Where
boxes?
does that?
Sack.
Why would it get sweaty?
Because I'm fucking
gee,
working.
Yeah, yeah.
Not an office
I'm-
body
I
like
don't
you.
s- Yeah, you're not like me. You don't sit down all day behind a desk.
Yeah, but do you also get like just the fat hog sometimes? You know what I mean?
the fat
Yeah.
It's like full chub, but it's very pliable. So it's just
Yeah.
you just in the pants, just you just feel good. You feel really
That's
good.
when you walk really confidently down,
Yeah.
down the street. You're like, I'm a freaking boss. Like everyone can see it. Like walking down.
I was thinking about that, like how you hold yourself. And like, does that make you that much more attractive? Like, if you walk past a group of people, real fucking confident. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you just walk past.
Yeah.
Do people notice it?
Look at that
They
confidence.
definitely would. Like,
Well,
if you fake it
that,
till you
yeah.
make it. Like, that's why a lot of insecure guys are attractive to a lot of people. Because they're putting on this facade of, look at me. And of course, that's what everyone wants to be. But are you actually that? Or is it like a facade? Or are these guys really insecure? You know what I mean? Because, of course, girls would be attracted to a guy who's very confident, very strong, headstrong. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. That's good if you actually don't. But I feel like a lot of guys are just like crying behind the mask they have on, you know?
Yeah,
And girls
which
fall
is
for that.
sad. Like, because I've said it like a bunch of times to you guys that everyone in this area is putting on a mask. Everyone is trying to act like the hard cunt of fucking the area, and it's just holy fuck. As soon as I walk into a pub, especially the Crown, why I don't go to the Crown, everyone is on the staunch. Everyone is looking at you like you want to fucking go.
Yeah, but no one even wants to fight. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like,
everyone's just like, yeah, this is my spot. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's so it's like negativity. It's bad vibe.
It is. It's like just chuck a smile on.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
like-
why we have a pretty lucky group. Like we have a pretty good group.
Yeah.
Like beyond us, we do have a surrounding group of friends that are still together. That
Yeah.
like we can all get along and stuff, which is pretty rare. Like normally you'll have the group with all the pack mentality and the leaders and stuff. Doesn't really matter.
There's no leaders
There's
in
no
this
leaders
group.
in this group.
Yeah, no
really,
way, because we all pull each other's heads in. Like
yeah.
we know,
And all
we
views
all
get-
we
get
all
looked
call
at,
each
yeah.
other out on like if we're getting too cocky or
Yeah.
we're incorrect.
Yeah, I say this so much. I could be the biggest retard if I didn't have you, Gus, as a friend. Like, you've kept me in
Same
line
for me.
so hard, so many
Bro,
times.
if I didn't have you as a friend, I would
Growing
be like a fucking
They're
social
wanking
media
each other under the
fucking
table right now.
what?
Huh? Sorry.
What did you say?
Keep going.
Just keep going.
You're a fucking wanker. Yeah, I'd be like the biggest wanker. I'd be like, you know how fucking Chris was really bad with it? With like just getting his phone out randomly and like shoving his phone in your face, kind of, and just recording everything. I was a bit like that. And then that time we were doing one of the night meetups and we were on the hill and Chris got his phone out because like we had a fucking case of beers, I think it was. And I was about to do the same thing. And you guys called Chris out and you just gave them, like, you and Jacob were just like, you're a fucking wanker. No one gives a single fuck. And
No one cares.
yeah,
if you
and
drink
I
alcohol.
was just there, put my phone back in my pocket, and I'm like,
No taken.
that is completely true. No one gives a fuck about your life.
Except
They-
your mates. And
yeah.
they're with you right now.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about what you're doing. The only reason why people, if anything, that are following you or you're following them is just to see what they're doing in their life.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, you
Not
can-
even, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It's like not even like a conscious kind of thing. It's just, oh, I know them, I'll just follow them. And then you'll see like
You
their
don't actually-
little story pop up
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't care, but I'll check it out anyway, see what they're fucking doing.
Mm.
And you can either be like, they're a fucking job kick, they're this or that. It doesn't fucking matter what they're doing, bro. Like, as long as they're having fun in their life, doesn't.
When do you
Thanks,
like, when do you look at someone's story and it's like a picture of like a CC, do you go, oh, he's on the thing!
Saturdays are for the boys.
You don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, no one gives a fuck about your alcohol adventure, bro. It's not cool.
I'm going to take this call.
All right, bro, take the call.
Yeah,
That's
continue
bad.
though.
That's bad podcast etiquette, but let's allow it.
Well, it's a guest.
All right, he
He
can
could be
come
coming on.
He could be coming on.
Oh, is that Hemsworth?
Yep.
Hemsy's coming in.
Yeah.
We'll get him on the podcast one day. He'll be here. He'll be
Yeah,
here
yeah,
one day. Yeah, but I remember like Gus in particular. He's left the room, so I can jerk him off a bit. But I remember growing up, I'd do something like I'd be like real cocky in like proving myself. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Like I'd do something, and then Gus would look at me and go, "Fuck off, you wanker." You know what I mean? Like, why are you? Like, do you think you're impressing people by doing this? Like, do you think you're cool? Do you think people think you're funny, like, or like interesting because like you can do a cartwheel on the grass in front of people? Like, who do you think you are? So I'm just like, oh, okay, this is valuable because this makes me not be a spastic in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, I stretch that out. Like I'm always battling with my ego. It's very hard. Like I always see vanity in me. Like I don't like looking in the mirror too often because I know I can go, oh, I look good. I look nice. I like myself a lot, which a lot of people struggle to like themselves, but you can go too far. Like I avoid looking in the mirror as much as possible, which is why I get a haircut that I don't have to manage. And I have a mirror in my bathroom. That's it. I don't have a mirror in my room. Because I like to just look at myself like, and I'm good. Like I like to look at myself first person view. Because I feel like once you start looking at yourself over and over and over, you develop an expectation of yourself and you can like yourself too much, you know?
Yeah. I was not bad to keep your appearance sort of up to date.
Yeah, but realistically, how bad can it get? Stay clean, put some clothes on that look alright. You can't go to... If you're really looking in the mirror, like, on the street, like, looking at yourself in, like, the shopping mirrors and the windows, what good does that do to you besides feeding your own ego and your own narcissism? You know what I mean? Like, I catch myself doing that all the time. And I'm just like, oh, I look good today. Like, that sounds like a good thing on the surface level, but I try and avoid that because I don't like to gas myself up. I don't like people gassing myself up. I don't like me gassing myself up. I like not getting compliments, and I like people talking shit on me. That's what I like.
I don't understand people when they can't take a compliment.
I just say thank you so much, and I deflect it.
In terms of like I don't know, like work or anything. If you do something good, and someone compliments you on that, and you don't take it or you don't like it, I don't understand that. Like if you've actually done something good, and then you get recognized for it, like.
Look,
I would take that and say, yeah. Well,
I can take
thanks.
that,
Like,
but when people start like, when they keep saying it, it's like, okay, please be quiet now. Thank you. But
yeah, once is enough. Is like, yeah, you're like you're
But when
doing a good job.
people
Like I appreciate that. I'd take that compliment and go, thank you. That person acknowledged that.
Yeah.
And appreciated what I did. I like that. But some people just do not like taking any sort of recognition whatsoever. And I don't understand that.
Depends where it comes from. Is it a drunk compliment? Like, or is it a sincere compliment coming from a good conversation?
Sincere.
Yeah.
Some people just do not like taking compliments.
I can understand.
Like I don't know how what the.
It's because some people don't want to like themselves. Some people battle with not viewing themselves
true.
as a good person, so they can't see themselves as a good person.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like compliments. Like I'll notice, like I'll receive a compliment and I'll immediately accept it, but I'll deflect one back just to take the light off me. I don't like people liking me directly. I like people to be nice to me and talk about me nicely when I'm not in the room. I don't want to know about how much you like me when I'm in the room. I'd rather you talk shit to me and shit on me and pick out my little like inconsistencies in my behavior and my things I do weird and how I'm a weirdo, because that makes me feel loved because my mates, it's just banter, you know, that makes me feel loved. That and it makes you feel part of the group because you're part of the banter. Like that's more important to me than people going, Harry, I really appreciate your perspective
banter's
on life or
needed.
some bullshit.
Yeah, banter's needed.
Yeah.
100%. Otherwise, there's no inside jokes to sort of keep it going. And I think that's one thing our group does pretty well.
Yeah. It's just weird because everyone has different temperaments and every human being is different with how far you can go with certain jokes and how like harsh you can be. The closer you get to someone, the more harsh you can be. And some people just don't like some people don't like just completely shitting on someone. Some people can handle it.
He's locked himself in.
What?
That needs to pass.
Fuck.
Or put a shoe in it.
Yeah, right.
What was I saying? Getting compliments from strangers. Yeah, I was looking at this.
From strangers.
I was getting interesting things.
But it'd be weird, like if I came up to you and said, "Wow, I like your outfit today." It's like, how would you take that if you were just wearing what you're wearing? I'd be like, is that a fuckwit thing to say?
Yeah, so is it sincere?
Like, is it sincere? Like,
Wait, what?
like if you just go up to someone and just say that you like their outfit.
Like a chick, guy, whoever?
Anyone.
Yeah. Is it a fuckwit thing to say?
Yeah,
It depends if
Harry
you're saying
said,
it genuinely.
in the sort of context it was said.
Well, that's like
I don't really know where I'm going
that's like
with
when
this,
I will sometimes rock up to one of the night meetups and we might be going out, so I'll get dressed. I'll rock up and everyone's just wearing casual shit because we know we're probably not going to go anywhere. And everyone's like, "Oh, look at you, fucking all dressed up, fucking," and I'm like, I don't know if they're being serious or not, but cool, this is just the shit I like to wear when I go out, so.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
We're like, oh, what was dripped out?
Yeah.
And like we're in your watch and we're like, oh, the
Is
watch.
that with
I'm
the
like,
chains and
oh,
stuff?
Fucking. It's just shit that
I'm
I
guilty.
like.
I give you shit for the chains sometimes.
Yeah, I like
But
them.
they look dope. I'm just...
Yeah, I fucking Hey,
I'm not an accessory guy. I don't.
Yeah,
like,
I
am, but I
think
don't-
look with you look good with it. I'm like, I'll wear a watch here and there.
Is it? That's the thing. Is it? Cause I've worn them for that long and I've just.
I don't know.
I
If
do
I
it so
see it, I
often.
go like I lift it and go, oh shit, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Is that real,
But-
bro? Or?
Is it kind of things like where you've done it for so long that it just is part of you?
Yeah, well,
It wouldn't be. It's not weird. Like, yeah, cool. It does look
See,
good on you.
what I don't understand is me seeing great English. When you see a person on the street with a Catholic cross on their necklace, and you know that they're not Catholic. Like,
how do you know they're not Catholic though?
Well, like say, I know someone who does and wears one who isn't Catholic, doesn't believe in religion at all, yet wears a cross, and that's where it comes in with that whole appearance thing. Whereas, is that how you want to be viewed?
As a Catholic, or maybe they just like the
No,
drip.
yeah, but like, is that sort of taking it?
Taking it what?
What too far?
Not too far, but like you're using like the cross as a way to look cool.
A status symbol.
Yeah, it's not really.
I don't think
I
anyone
don't
wearing
think
a
it's a
cross
thing to
looks
really-
cool, bro.
for-
Like
I
I don't
think
think like,
some
oh, bro,
people
you
would.
like Jesus? Fucking rock on, bro. Like I don't think they're cool. But
Yeah.
I guess they mean
you
like,
said
it's a very like wog thing because wogs like they like the like religion's a big part of the culture.
Yeah, definitely.
It comes from like Europe. Therefore, like it's like the cross goes beyond what a religion is. It goes to their culture. Like a cross is a cultural symbol. My mother's Catholic. My grandfather's Catholic. It resembles their culture, and it becomes like, oh, because I'm Maltese, I wear a cross because it represents my culture, and every other Maltese guy that's my age wears one. It's like a brotherhood
Do you
sort of
think
thing.
it's ethically correct to wear it just for its looks?
Sure, it's just a cross. The symbol means whatever you believe in it.
Okay.
A symbol
that's
just
a
holds the
view,
weight
yeah.
of what society puts into it. If you don't believe into it, you can wear a cross. You can wear an upside down cross. It only means something if you believe in Christianity. What if you just like
That's
the
fair.
symbol?
Yeah.
You know?
Just like this.
Yeah, your
The
tattoo.
Celtic
Yeah.
tattoo. Yeah.
It means what basically. It means whatever the person who gets it wants it to mean now. Before
What
it
can
used to
mean
be
nothing.
like
What does
a
it mean to
religious symbol, and now through time it's just kind of become like. It's like called a Triquetra Knot, and that's like.
There's an actual meaning behind that.
well, yeah.
Like what it means.
Well, it used to be, like I said, a religious symbol, and now through time, people have just taken it for themselves to meet, like, for 3 things that, like, are important to them. Like, for me, it's friends, family, and loyalty.
Yeah.
And throughout your life, it can change. But
100%.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, like wearing a cross, like Harry said, it's part of their culture. They might not necessarily believe in it, but
Talk about your tattoos, Harry.
My
What
tattoos.
have you got?
My tattoos mean nothing. I have a bat, a snake, like a dog, dragon, phoenix, and a demon.
But
on
it's
my
not.
arm.
It's not just like what you're describing. It's like an. What? How would you?
How would I describe if I got my tattoos because I like the look of tattoos on a human being. That's why I like tattoos.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic, and I think when I'm an old man and I have tattoos all up my arms, I look like a fucking mad
But it's
cunt
more-
with my
it's
Harley
more-
Davidson.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I like.
yeah.
I just like the look of them. But if I was to define a meaning to my tattoos, they're symbols of the point in time of when I got them. I look at this tattoo, my first ever tattoo.
Yeah.
I was with Angus Munro when we were 18, getting our first tattoos together. I booked in this tattoo before I even decided what I was getting. I was like, oh, I'll get a bat. We shook hands drunk as fuck at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, we're going to go tomorrow and we're going to book our tattooing. We went, we booked it in, and we're like, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? What are we going to get? That is exciting. That is a great memory for me. This snake, I was picking up gym equipment with Jacob McLean-Pauly, another close mate of mine. We went down to Shell Harbour. I just walked into the shop. The owner of the shop who gave me the tattoo in 30 minutes. Cheap as hell. Cheap tattoo. It's a good tattoo.
how much was it?
It was like $100.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wait, what, the snake?
The snake.
Yeah, right.
And he was telling me, small world, that he grew up in the building of where I got my first tattoo. The building of where I got this bat tattoo,
Wow.
where my artist was working at that time, he grew up on that exact plot of where that tattoo shop is now. So he was telling me, and he was just like, I like your work. Where'd you get it done? And we spoke about it, right? So then I got the bat at the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Just so happens to be a bat. Interesting. At the end of lockdown in Australia, I got my second tattoo, which is the Phoenix dog dragon, right? And then I got this clown. This demon clown thing. Because I just thought it was fucking mental and I like my artist so much, I wanted to respect him and give him full creativity and use my body as a canvas to express his art. Because I love art. I love like his expression, his creativity. Put it on my body. I'll wear it because I like it that much. I dictated him to draw what I wanted. Like the dragon phoenix dog thing it's called flash of it's a flash, which is like a stencil of a 1920s or 1800s to 19 whatever old school tattoo artist in Detroit. His name was Percy Waters, and he was an old school like sailor tattoo artist, and he developed the old school style, which has held its fucking roots this whole time, and everyone still gets old school tattoos. So I'm like, this guy's a badass. Like he's you look up Percy Waters, his photos are sick. He has all these blueprints with all these stencils on it, and I just took that to my guy and he said, can you do this but do it in your own style? Do the outline as he did it, but I want you to put your own flair into the details. And he just locked me in with the most insane tattoo. I love all my tattoos, and I don't think I'll ever get sick of them because they are a pinpoint of memories in my life.
Like a timestamp.
It's a timestamp.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be a cool looking thing. I don't need to put like, this snake means the way I glide across the land, and I'm okay to move from place to place due to my broken home childhood. I don't need like all these definitions. You know what I mean?
They're very traditional, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, very traditional, but I like them. It's like neo traditional, black and white. I'll always get black and grey. It is.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll get color. Maybe I'll get one red one or something. Like fuck it, why not? But I heard they leak. I heard they run over time.
Yeah, my workmate, he's got coloured tattoos and they've just faded. Like the outline is still there. Of like he's got, I think, a couple. I think they're roses or whatever the hell.
Black
like,
outline though.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's like purple and red, and it's all faded. So he wants to get them like touched up again.
That's why I love my tattoos, because he used real thick lines, and it's hard blacks, deep blacks, and the line work is really solid. So I know that traditional tattoos in general are tried and true. They hold their detail, they hold their picture. they'll get a bit wavy, they'll get a bit faded, they'll get a bit crinkly, but you'll always be able to tell what it is.
Yeah.
It's never going to be a micro tattoo that fades away and blurs. You know what I mean?
This.
That will
That
hold.
will
Your
hold
tattoo
for so
will hold
fucking
forever.
long.
That tattoo will look so good for so long. Even when you're an old man, I think you'll
Yeah,
still.
because those lines are just so thick.
It hurts like a motherfucker.
Like when it first started, because he started on this side, you can't like picture where it's hurting. Because
Yeah.
it feels like he's jabbing at your bone, but it's at the skin at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Do you get used to it?
Yeah.
It's different for everyone. For me, the first 15 minutes is excruciating, and then I'm G for the rest of it. Because by the time it ends, I want to go for longer. I enjoyed it by the end of it.
Imagine they get it the traditional way.
With the stick and poke.
With the stick and
I'd do that. That's a goal of mine. I'd get a stick and poke one. Like
That's
a
what me and Chris
bamboo
are
one.
gonna do.
Apparently that is extremely painful.
I don't know. It probably is, but like it's just pain at the end of the day. Just do it.
Yeah, well that's everyone's
just
got
push through
different
it.
pain tolerances. So.
Yeah, but like some people tattoos they say doesn't hurt, but I feel like they're talking shit. Because I feel like you forget, like women forget childbirth, they want another child. It's the exact same thing with tattoos. After my tattoo, I'm like, fuck, that was shit. And then like 6 weeks later, I'm like, what's my next one gonna be? You know?
Yeah. Where's the most painful spot?
Most painful.
Isn't it on the ribs?
Nah, for mine, because I haven't had any painful spots technically. I have mine on my lower arm, so like it'd be like in the ditch of my elbow, in the ditch of like the anterior part of my elbow, right in there. That was the most painful bit, right where the tip of the ears of the batter.
Where is it's
like rib cage,
It's
palm of the hand, palm of
Yeah.
the foot. That's like and skull and shit.
is it?
That's what I've heard. I don't know. I don't have experience.
Like you see people get tattoos on their eyelids and stuff. It's like holy.
I feel like
shit.
that wouldn't hurt as much. Like I feel like that wouldn't be worse. The palm of the hand. That's where all your neurons are at the tip. You know what I mean? Like you can feel that so much. Like just rub your fingers over your palm of your hand. Imagine a needle going to that. Ugh. Like right in the center, that soft part. That's why you think like Jesus nailed on the
try and
cross. That's
picture
why
that.
it's such a mad image because you can't even imagine a nail, bing, straight
And
through
they're
the
like that
palms.
fucking round, bro.
According to the pictures, but you never know. Might have been a little staple.
How's that gonna hold a man up?
I don't know. Office works. They
And
have
then
good ones.
not just what would it's the same amount of pain. I was gonna say like having your feet nailed through, like one on top of the other.
Where'd
Or
they
your
nail his
weight is
feet
just-
through? Did they like how'd they do that?
They just grabbed his foot and fucking mashed it in. Both of them
There's
just
a lot of bone there. Jesus.
Yeah.
There would have been like railway spikes because people were crucified other than Jesus. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like it was a very
that's why
common
there's
practice.
like the three crosses because like there were two, like I don't know what they did, but they were
They were
I don't know,
thieves.
thieves, yeah. Thieves.
You want to hear something interesting that I've heard
Sounds
about
so right.
Jesus and the thieves? The word thief that they used in Hebrew means bandit, right? And then from Hebrew, the Hebrew to English is bandit, and they translate it from bandit to thief to put on the cross. So he was with thieves,
Shut it.
right?
Oi.
Shut the door. He was with thieves on the cross. And what happened was, through the translations, a bandit in Hebrew was a person who was like a rebel. And then Jesus was the king of the Jews, and they called him, I think, Messiah in Hebrew, or whatever ancient word it is. It doesn't mean like son of God. It means son of God, and it means prophet, but it also means like leader. So they a complete speculation and conspiracy about who Jesus Christ might have been, if you do not believe in the religious spirituality of it, is that he might have been a person who was a prophet in the time of that era, because the Holy Land was meant to be the land destined for the Jews, and he was the king of the Jews. And the Romans had ransacked and taken control of the Holy Land. And to the Christians of the time, that was so out of the realm of possibility. They thought the apocalypse was happening and God has forsaken us and the world will end. So he has sent the Messiah, the King of the Jews, the rebel leader, Jesus Christ, will lead the Jews out of the tyranny of the Romans. The Romans saw this coming. So Pontius Pilate puts him on a cross next to two of his rebel brothers and crucifies him. That is speculation of who Jesus Christ might have been in a literal sense. And these definitions get changed. It's 2021 years ago. You know what I mean? So long ago. You don't even know what it really meant. Because if people writing down versions of the story and people who want to control people changing the story to fit them so they can get money, you know what I mean? Like, and Jesus would have been the time of, like, was he actually the son of God? You don't know. No one can prove it.
What was that guy's name you just said?
Pontius Pilate.
What a fucking name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I love how everyone knows it. What a weird name that everyone knows.
No, that's the first time I've heard it.
Pontius Pilate, he was the guy that sent him to the cross. And he was pressured because he in the stories, he knew it was the wrong thing to do, but he did it anyway.
Because he didn't want to be like...
He didn't want to be like fucked up by the Romans either.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's interesting because I was thinking about this as well. Like my lecturer at uni was talking about this. He was saying that belief, the way we believe in gods, might not be the way that they necessarily believed in them back in the day. Like, who are we to say that the Greeks had all these gods, many gods? Did they actually believe that Zeus was and all these brothers and sister gods were up in Olympus actually fighting and toiling over these issues, and Hades was actually a person, and there was the god of wine and the god of spirit and the god of party, the god of nature? Did they actually believe that all these things literally existed, or were they a symbol of a way to live your life and a thing to attribute to? So like, if we do it this way, the gods will respect us. Did they actually believe in the literal sense of a god, or did they believe in the spiritual interconnectedness of the essence of what a god could be? Like, the god of everything is the climax of what that could be. Like, the god of partying is just like the best party ever. Let's all aspire that when we party to the best ability we can, and that becomes a god. You know what I mean? You can't define the way they actually believed in it.
Yeah, because that's when it's so hard to know.
You don't know.
Because one, you can't go back in time.
Nope.
And two, they have all these stories about him, like Zeus. Apparently, like, he ate his kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, however long later, the kids just out his stomach or climb back out through his mouth, whatever it is. It's regardless, they just sound like whack stories.
Yeah, and like Achilles' heel dipped into the river by his heel, and that was his one weakness. Why wouldn't you just dip him all the way in? Like, get a stick, hold his leg, dip him all the way in. Why would you just leave his heel? They would definitely know that his heel is his only weakness. Why would they allow that? It makes no sense. It's just stories to tell, like...
they back up the teachings. They back up the
that's
teachings.
That's it.
It's sort of like... I don't know how you would describe it, but it's sort of the teachings, the stories are like the practical application of the teachings. It's supposed to bring it all together to make it make sense.
Well, I have this interesting thing that Jordan Peterson was talking about of how mythology might have been created in human society.
Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King, foot lettuce. He was saying that in society, there's you walk into a room and you know how like every bloke sort of sizes up every bloke in a way, like in an unconscious way. Maybe not everyone does it, but I do it at least. And I know a lot of people that I know do it, right? You look in a room and you like check out who is the fucking who's who. Like, fuck, this guy's big. Fuck. Like, you just notice it subconsciously. So they're saying that in a culture, back in the day, there's the thing like, it's called a dominance hierarchy, which is the whole thing, like, you know, the alpha beta thing, which I don't like that whole expression. It's become twisted into this fucking, the most, like, egotistical, gross way, like alpha males. It's just like, fuck, bro. Like, I think if you're a guy who calls himself an alpha male, it's just like, that just makes you so not one, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most gross thing ever. Like, yeah, like, is that what you call yourself? Like, how blind are you to, like, your own narcissism, you know? But anyway, completely besides the point. So there's a dominance hierarchy, and people would the dominance hierarchy is defined and made up of the choice of women, right? So a person at the top of the dominance hierarchy, just like in nature, is a desirable person by majority of the women. A guy at the top of the hierarchy can get a lot of girls because the girls desire him. A person can move up on the dominance hierarchy by being able to provide, protect, and have attributes that would be beneficial for a woman, right? So who would be a person that that would be at the top of the dominance hierarchy. A guy who looks after the people of his village, provides for the people of his village, fearless, brave, all these things that a hero. Everyone wants to be a hero, right? And that is the top of a dominance hierarchy because they get all the girls. Every guy likes them because every guy wants to be them. So like girls get to dictate what guys be. That's why girls have such a power over guys later in life, you know what I mean? Like guys get henpecked because women are like so smart, you know what I mean? They dictate how guys act in like a very like in a very like evolutionary way. So that's how they believe that mythology was created. Like go slay the dragon to save the woman. People will be like, look at that, he saved our whole village, he's a hero. Then young boys want to aspire to be a hero because they get everything by living up to those attributes. And through that, it creates mythology.
Yeah, like if you were a fat cunt back in the day, women would want you. Why?
Because you could give
because
them food.
you had the money to buy lots of food.
Yeah.
Or had whatever to get lots of food. So,
or if you're a knight with lots of armor and lots of swords, you can protect her. You have status, you know.
Yeah.
It's very self-explanatory. Like we overcomplicate shit so much.
Yeah. Well, now it's overcomplicated. Now it is.
Yeah.
It's like you have to talk to a girl on the phone for about 6 months before you can even sit.
You reckon, or is that you doing that? Because I've never done that. I've never had to speak to a girl for 6 months.
That's how it is. As you said before, it's not like in the pub. How you go up to a chick. If you do that, it is considered weird, right?
It is.
It is. You like that. That is just fact, right? It's weird if you go up to a group of girls and just start a conversation. But if you do, like that's like pretty alpha.
If you win, if you actually like come out with a girl actually liking you, but majority of the time the girls will be weirded out because society doesn't see that as normal anymore.
What I'm trying to say that the norm is texting.
Yeah,
that is the norm.
that's like
that is how people reach out these days. Like you got Tinder, Grindr, like so many dating websites. That just supports it.
Like you were saying earlier about the whole like social media is now the norm of getting into like getting in with someone.
Yeah.
That it's made us so connected, but it's also made us so distant at the same time.
Distant like, with the people you're in the room with.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, just distant with strangers.
Even more so now.
And the fact that people act different over phone and then in person.
That's the most painful thing.
You know what I mean? You get people who like I don't know, it hasn't happened to me, but I know it's happened to other people where they threaten people over text. But then in person, it is like they turn in, they
it's funny
like flow like water. It is.
Yeah, bro. Like
it's like keyboard warriors. That's
yeah. Like when me and Chris had that beef with fucking old mate.
Yeah.
One of his mates was threatening Chris, like, "Oh, fucking come to your house, I'll fucking kill you."
Yeah,
fucking all this. And then we go there in person. He just shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, cool. He wasn't going to do anything anyways. You want to know why? Because his fucking dad was a cop. It's like, why are you going to try and talk all this hard shit? And when it comes to person, we just want to talk, sort out the shit. Not everything has to be
a fight.
I'm going to fucking end you.
I don't understand that.
Thick skulled fucking
like it can easily be resolved before it gets to that position. All it is just a conversation.
Yeah, bro. You'll find the people who know how to fight the most are the guys that don't want to fight people on the street because they know it's just dumb. Like fighting is chaos. It's unpredictability. You're legit throwing bones on bone to win in a battle. It is insane, and people do it so often. You can die. You know what I mean? You can get fucked up.
Yeah.
And so many people just want to do it to prove to other people that they're cool and they're tough and they're strong, which you can't even put it over them because throughout history that's been a really important thing. You know, can you beat people?
Well,
can you best someone in combat? That's a very important thing, but we don't need to do that anymore. It's not required.
Well, well, you're right. It's not required because we've got ways to go around that. But I mean, when it comes down to it, like we have our like instincts, our survival
push
instincts.
comes to shove.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but you'll see so many videos of like a guy who's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, de-escalating. Then the guy goes and throws one at him, ducks, double leg takedown, puts him in a rear naked, kills the guy, just choked out. The guy's like goes out. You know, and this guy's like, I warned you. Like this guy who doesn't want to fight, he fights people many times a week, chokes people out, often like sometimes for a living. People legit fight for a living and they don't want to fight on the street. They're not hungry for a fight because they get enough of it as is.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like
that UFC fighter who got attacked at his home. He was like,
who was it?
You know who I'm talking about. Pretty sure
it was
the
someone big. It was someone big as well.
Bald-headed guy who's coming up, kind of. Fuck. Regardless, yeah, he got attacked at his home. Like someone broke in, and he was kind of dazed by it because he was like, I'm a fighter, but when someone breaks into your house, you don't know really what the fuck is happening.
Yeah,
which is understandable because
no one really knows.
Anthony Smith.
Yeah,
Anthony Smith.
Yeah, that's right. You don't really know how you're
for
going to
it.
respond until you're in that situation.
yeah.
People say, yep, I'm going to do that, yada yada. But when it comes down to the actual situation, you don't know how. It's fight or flight,
You
and
don't know what's
you
gonna
don't know
happen.
if you don't know what kind of person you are until you get to that situation. You go, wow,
In those,
I didn't know that I would react
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
for sure.
But it also depends on how much danger you're in as well, because as I said before, it's your survival instinct.
It's not choice.
It is like, at the end of the day, if I walk down the street and someone's coming to me with a knife, I'm not going to go hero and try and
Attack him.
I'm going to get out of there. Like, yeah, I'd value my life. There's no point in trying to, be the hero. I mean, if people are in danger, that's a different situation. But I mean, if there's a way that you can remove yourself from that, I would advise it.
Yeah. Just pick up some objects as you run and just turn around and throw it back in and keep running.
Yeah. What's your view on it?
I was saying, with the whole unpredictability of an uncontrollable event, like the chaos in it, I never like to say what I do because I never know what I do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't know how your body's going to react.
Everyone likes to think they do it.
Yeah, but you don't.
You never know.
You don't know.
It takes practice to really take control in a
100%.
situation like that. That's why, like, firemen, police officers, ambulance, they have rigorous training, years of practice.
Yeah.
So they can handle the situation so they don't shell up and flight. They fight and they deal with the situation. You know what I mean? Like, what a car crash. What do you do? You can't seize up. You've got to just get the job done. So, and that takes training.
100%.
Like
People live in that environment day to day. That's full on.
Imagine being like chucked into World War II or World War One.
Nah.
What the fuck, bro?
Not
Like,
I don't think anyone would be ready for that combat.
It'll
straight
be alright
away.
as soon as you see like bodies dropping, limbs getting ripped to shreds, people screaming, covered in blood. Like,
Mentally,
that's why people are like coming. Like I like watched a video on like Shell Shocked ages ago, and people are literally there. Look like they were normal beforehand.
Yeah.
Literally lost their mind, shaking uncontrollably, and they can't even do they can't even talk. They're like just fucked up from what they've seen, or what the fuck happened at war.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I always wonder what makes them able to hear that whistle and go, okay, I'm going to go over this trench into no man's land to run through bullets to get to the other side to kill another man. Is it like everyone else is doing it, therefore you have to do it because the pressure of being a coward goes to show how strong human norms are, like that you have to do that? Or is it you're in such chaos you can't think about the future of dying, you can't think about your past, you're in the moment, there's bombs going off around you, like you're fucking getting sand in your face, go, you just have to go, like you're in present, like I'm being told what to do, I need to go, just go, like I don't think you can even think. Some people stop, some people go, and most of the guys go because I think you're in it's such a chaotic moment that you have no concept of the future or the past. It's go time, get the job done, and you're just being programmed and you're put in a situation where that is what has to happen. Like me and Matt were talking about this before our big set. We were like talking about how every single one of us is a descendant of the survivors of every single battle in history. Whether like it's not every single battle, but your family line, unless you're complete cowards, which some people might be. I feel bad for you guys because I know my family line is a bunch of bloodthirsty killers, right? I'm proud of that. But like you think about, like say you like we talk about Vikings, right? The Vikings got the big war drums, and they're legit on a hill together in arms, chanting, bro. They have a metal shield. They're in a line next to their friends, bro. Banging their swords on their shield, getting G'd the fuck up to run 100 meters down a hill to another group of humans, banging their shields, ready to cut each other up and slice each other's throats. And they did that. And we are the descendants of the survivors and the guys that ran over the trenches and the guys that fought in the colonial wars and like Genghis Khan's descendants, the barbarians, the Romans, the Greeks, everyone's nationality has a band and a band of absolute savages, bro, that we've come from.
Yeah.
And like we all have that in us. Like it's all capable. If tomorrow the world fell into carnage and there were only swords left and that's how you had to get food for your family, guys would not hesitate to start chopping people up.
Oh, bro, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I was watching clips of The Walking Dead. Haven't watched the show. I was just watching it for whatever reason. And I just saw so many people, like, groups come together so they can obviously protect one another and whatnot. But then people would form themselves as, like, leaders and then start murking people that aren't even zombies just for the sake of it.
Why?
Just for the sake of it, just because they don't like them, or like you just see it in movies as well. Like someone's been a fuckwit, or they're like, oh, well maybe I want that, give it to me, or I'll fucking kill you. And then it's like, whoa, all that shit. If that was to ever happen, I would like to think I would trust you boys.
Oh,
but
100%.
Any other stranger that's coming near me, like trying to get into my group or just trying to seek refuge with me, fuck off.
Hey, I'm not allowing that. Fuck
I'm
off.
not allowing
you and
that.
your kid, go find your own way. Like
Yeah,
this is
literally,
this.
bro,
This is
I
every
will
man for themselves,
shoot
bro.
you just because I don't want you to turn on me and be like, oh, cool, I want your shit.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. You'd make your own tribes and you would have your own sort of hierarchy and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to
Like
be
you
in a
would- you
fucking
would join
hierarchy.
together. Yeah.
What about you're by yourself and you find a toddler wandering in the fields? Do you pick it up or do you leave it?
I'd raise it.
You take
That's
it with
my
you?
own.
Bro, it might cry
Yeah,
during a
that's what I'm
zombie
saying.
attack.
I'd name it Leroy.
Do you leave it?
Well, I mean, if I've got an underground bunker, I guess I can just leave it in the bunker at night.
Well, I
or
mean, if
when I'm
it's
getting
gonna
supplies,
like
come back.
You have to raise this child. It's legit wandering. It's in
I'd
this
take it
zombie-infested
on.
world.
Yeah, I'll take it on.
You'd have to take it, but that might
Yeah.
cause your death. Your humanity will cause your
Yeah,
death.
but like
likely.
then you have purpose to life that you've you've raised this child to live.
and then
Out of all the hardships it's had, like you can be the one to make sure that it lives a full
and then at age
life.
14, she gets bitten by a zombie and it
It's a
dies.
girl.
And it causes you more hurt, more harm, fucks you up even more. Or you could have just left it and just got on with your life. You know
That'd
what I
be
mean?
the shittest thing.
I don't know. I would take it. I think like that would just be me.
No, it's hard.
Like,
I'd
that's
want
a-
to
that's
take
a
it, but I
hard
feel like I'd
situation.
just be like
Would
like
you
I'd
take-
want the purpose. I'd be depressed by myself. You know what I mean? But is it worth having to feed that thing and
I'd
teach it?
take the challenge. Yeah, I'd take it.
But is that what makes a guy die? Like your kindness and your humanity? Is that what, like maybe you don't survive. Maybe anyone with that perspective just dies and only the harshest of harsh survive.
Yeah, but
and
then-
that breeds a new civilization of just bloodthirsty human beings.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I can't see the future. I'll just take it.
I'm
and then
talking
see
completely
how-
hypothetical.
Yeah.
What about like a newborn that just got off breast milk? Would you take that one in?
What's the difference?
Yeah, there's not much of a difference. But I think a toddler can walk, but this motherfucker can't even walk.
Well, it's I don't know.
I feel like toddlers even harder. Toddlers
Like,
like it just
Like,
makes
does
noise.
it have to be in the
Fuck.
situation you're like? Could it be right now in this day and age?
This day and age,
If you just saw a kid on the side of the road abandoned, I'd probably. I don't know if I'd
wouldn't
take care of
in.
it.
I wouldn't take it into my home and like raise it.
No, I you would have to
take
go
it to
through
the
steps.
police or like some kind of
Authorities, yeah.
authority.
Yeah.
Because what happens if it's just a lost fucking child, bro? In this day and age, that is most likely what it's going to be.
hey, no one's really just dumping kids on the
Yeah.
side of the road.
Yeah.
Might happen, but it's not.
You
That.
see,
Yeah,
like,
I've heard of shit like that, like babies being found in dumpsters that are just crying. It's like fucking.
Like,
Oh,
like I saw a video the other day of some lady, and lived in a pretty like disadvantaged area, and she's talking to her mum about lowering her drug use while she's pregnant, and the mum goes, "Yeah, you're not gonna do meth anymore. You're just gonna stick to cocaine and weed." And she's pregnant. Like, what would go through your mind to think that is okay to do
It's
that?
9 months, bro. Like, just wait 9 months.
Yeah, it can cause so many complications for that baby, and it's like that baby has no choice. But it's like, because you can't control yourself over drug use. It's like,
yeah, but that's
I
when it
just
comes-
shake my head to that stuff and go, you shouldn't even be raising a child.
But
if
that's
you're
like
gonna be doing that.
like we were talking about the other day. If you're born in that
Yeah.
and raised in that,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know no different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
like,
obviously,
but you can
we see it as
You
common
can see
sense.
where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
It's like why would you be allowed to raise a child in that circumstance? Like, I think it's just putting the baby on the back foot straight up.
Yeah, a lot of people already are on the back foot, you know. Based on like just how maternal your mother is can put you on the back foot. Like a mother who cares for you can put you in the best situation, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
having
But
a father.
under no circumstance I think that is ethically okay to do.
No, because you're legitimately causing physical harm to your
harm.
baby.
Yeah.
There's no
You
ifs
can
or buts
cause
about
so
that.
many complicated, like even having alcoholic drink, smoke
Just
can cause complications to the baby. Because I know like smoking can cause severe asthma and all that. Like, I don't really know much about this, but in terms of right and wrong, I know I saw that. I was like, I can't believe that. Like,
It's bad, eh?
yeah.
What?
Cruz.
Is Chris coming?
Is Chris
He's
here?
right there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I need to get off the fucking this fucking shit.
Darts. Vapes.
Vapes.
Do you feel like it's as addictive as smokes, like the vapes,
Or
Yeah.
worse.
or worse? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I
I
mean,
really
I won't
don't
lie.
know.
I've had an e-cigarette, but I've had it like a couple times. Like, I've only done like a couple puffs out of it, and I was just like, oh, like this is not for me, really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the value in it. Nor do I do smokes.
Yeah. Well, it all kind of just started just from being like from even before like puberty and shit like that, bro. Like fucking year 3, year 4, I'd always have like a straw or something that's like remotely in the shape of a cigarette
Fidgety.
and just pretend
But it like
That it was
trains your mind.
that it was a dark
Yeah.
because I would see it and I was like, oh yeah, it's almost like the kids like this day and age. Oh, cool, I'm blowing smoke out of my mouth and it has flavor. But I would just do it because I was like saw it in movies and.
But you think
whatnot.
smoking was cool growing up, didn't you?
Yeah,
See, I did not think it was cool
No,
at all.
no,
I hated
no.
it.
that's the
growing up.
thing.
Yeah.
I thought that it was cool, but I was like to myself, I will never do this
Yeah.
because it will kill me.
Yeah, yeah.
Did your parents smoke? Any of you?
No.
Yeah.
Mine did. Well,
Yeah.
mum didn't.
Oh,
Dad did.
I don't know if my dad was like. I don't think my dad was a full-on smoker. I
Yeah.
think he'd just like grab a pack of rollies or something like that whenever he was getting
My
stressed
dad
out.
smoked for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Who did?
My dad. And then he stopped.
Your dad. Fuck.
Yeah, and then he
was
stopped
very good.
before he had, before Tegan was born.
Respect.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think he might have stopped before it, like well before it.
Tegan, your sister.
Yeah,
Clarification.
yeah. Sorry, Tegan.
Yeah.
was sister, yeah.
I think For me personally, with cigarettes, I don't take part, especially in the vapes, because I know my personality. I know that I'm neurotic and impulsive, and once I start, I can't stop.
See, I can stop whenever I want.
I'm an on-off guy. If I drink, I'm drinking. I can't. It's either I won't drink, and I'm G. I don't feel like I need to drink if I decide I'm not drinking. But if I start drinking, I'll either keep drinking until I run out of money that I've set for the night, or the bar closes. I can never just have 4 or 5 and chill. I'm going balls to the fucking walls, and I'm like that with everything. It's either nothing or everything.
That's funny because I can, with drinking and shit like that, having a cone, I'm fine. Like I can have 1 or 2 drinks and I'll be eat. This though, however, like vapes or darts, I can't go that long without it.
Yeah.
But is that like just in your head? Like, do you physically? Because I know in PE we learned that the physical addiction wears off between 24 to 48 hours, but the mental, the psychological, lasts a lot longer.
Yeah, but you have receptors that have been programmed in your brain to want constant supply of nicotine. That's what it is.
That just proves my point in terms of the psychological. It lasts a lot longer than the actual physical.
Yeah.
It's
but
all,
but that psychological to physical, like, and that neurochemical bond, I think it's very like interconnected, because that neurochemical pathway in the brain gets triggered from the movement up to your face, and the idea of that thought triggers the neurochemicals to want it. You know what I mean? That whole psychological neurochemical processes that belong in the brain, they're all interconnected, so everything plays into each other, which is why it's so addictive. I think, like, even though, like, as you said, the neurochemical effects may wear off early, those effects have been dug deep into the neural pathways. You know what I mean?
It depends. If you've been smoking for a year, it's not going to be as bad as someone who's been smoking for 40 years.
I suppose so. I don't have experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can assume that.
No, yeah, you can.
Would you say that,
obviously.
Gus?
What?
Would it be easier to quit from 6 months into an addiction to 2 years in? Or is it the same?
It really just, I feel, depends on the type of person you are.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be harder to quit 6 months in as opposed to 2 years in.
Yeah,
now, I know, but it's also kind of the same, because 2 years in, you got a routine. And now you're trying to break a routine.
Yeah.
6 months in, you're probably already addicted and trying to get off it. Your brain has just experienced and like brought all these like new receptors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And gone, okay, this is new. This is what we need.
Yeah.
So trying to get off it then would be like, why are we getting rid of this? We just got this. Like, that's kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's how I felt, but yeah, it's just weird. Addiction's weird. Like when I have one that's nick free or whatnot, I instantly can tell the difference between that. It's like that. Yeah, I can instantly tell that it's not nick.
Wow.
Because you can literally feel the hit of nicotine as opposed to just.
I don't think I can feel that though.
Air.
I don't think I know that.
Yeah, well, when you like have it constantly and
Yeah.
like build it up, you start to realize it. You start to go, oh, this doesn't hit. Like it tastes alright, but like.
What do you reckon's worse, the e-cigs or actual
Equally is
cigs?
bad.
The what?
Equally is bad, but I'd probably say the vapes more so because one,
the battery
they're
acid.
always lit.
Yeah.
And
they taste nice.
Yeah, they taste
Yeah,
nice.
true.
That's why it's.
No one does darts because they taste shit. Most of the time, like people just go, fuck that. Like I smoked like 2 puffs of a dart when I was like 15. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm never doing that again.
I had one. Do you remember that? I felt sick. We had to leave the pub.
You're like.
I couldn't have it.
Really?
I was like, I had what 2. I was probably the same. I just went green.
Yeah, you got fucking head spins and then
I was like, yo, I need to
fuck
go.
this.
And we went home.
Yeah.
Because of that, I was like, I'm gonna vomit. Like this is terrible. Like my body hasn't experienced that like I was like, oh wow, and I felt so bad.
Why?
I felt shit
What?
because I had the smoke. Like,
Bro, you gotta like allow yourself to
yeah,
experiment.
experience. Yeah,
Like I hold myself to a standard where I don't smoke, but I've smoked a cigarette twice. I had one with Chris and you, Angus, and I had a smoke with an Asian guy called Harry in Darling Harbour because his name was Harry. You know what I mean? Of course, he offered me a dart and his name was Harry and he was in Darling Harbour. I'd be silly not to take up that offer. You know what I mean? It was Optimum Crash, bit minty. It was nice, right? I was like, woo! I don't smoke for a reason. It tastes shit, but it's a good experience, Harry. See you later, bro. See you later, bro. Just drunk vibe, right? And then also, I'll have a cigar on like a couple times a year for the boy's birthday because that's just a tradition that we do, and I like that tradition. I like a cigar.
I don't think I'd have a cigarette if I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
Like
A sober
like
cigarette?
a sober cigarette.
Yeah, that's a different level of addiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
That's the next step.
Having one in the morning with a V. Like so many
Oh,
people at the front of a servo with a V in their hand,
I'm
smoking
one of
a
them.
cigarette.
Yeah, legit.
I know.
Except
I've
I'm
seen
not
it.
out the front of a servo, otherwise I'd be fucking kicked out. Don't want to fucking.
Yeah, at the front of a
Light
servo.
the
Are you a
fucking
terrorist or
place on
something, bro? You
fire,
can't light up
bro.
a dart at the front of a servo.
Open flame.
Can't
on
even
a
have a
servo,
phone
bro.
out of in a servo.
Saw some
Yeah, no,
fucking dumb bitch. For whatever reason, filling up a. I didn't see it obviously in person, but it was like on the internet.
Yeah.
And some chick, she's filling up a car, and she grabs something, and she's doing this. She's lighting the fucking fuel, turns around, fuel like fire's coming out of the car, and it's just a ball of like a freaking bloody fountain of fire pouring out of the fucking hose, and the people recording it just like, get the fuck out of there.
Why? Why did you do that?
I don't know, bro.
Her
Like, who
boyfriend
the
probably
fuck
cheated
just
on
got...
her, bro. She probably just lost her shit.
No, people were just recording in the car. It was just a chick by herself
Lost their
feeling out the
Well,
car.
I don't know what you'd be on to think that that's okay. What does this do? Imagine, that's like
where do you go
Zoolander
wrong?
shit.
That's another level, bro. Zoolander. Did you hit a bomb?
Yeah.
Did you hit a bomb? Yeah.
What's his
Zoolander,
name?
that's a classic.
He yells it out before he lights a cigarette.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Gasoline fight. You're in the Jeep.
That's
Oh,
so
that,
funny.
that is a stupid movie.
That's
But
a
it's
great
like,
stupid
it's
movie.
Yeah.
stupid humor like
Oh, fuck.
that and like Dumb and Dumber. Like it's overly stupid, but it's kind of funny. Like
Like fucking Step Brothers.
yeah, like that's
Step Brothers
that's
is a whole
fun.
next
that
level,
is
bro.
Yeah, I know.
Step Brothers is a high tier
that
movie.
is
Every
the-
scene is 10 out of 10, bro.
pinnacle of comedy.
It's
That
so
is, I love that
fucking
movie.
ridiculously
Favorite.
funny.
Step
Yeah.
Brothers, The Other Guys, another severely underrated movie.
Yeah, and The Good Guys.
Which one's that one?
Is it The Good Guys? No.
The
Yeah,
Other
it is.
Guys.
Yeah, it is with Mark Wahlberg and the Peacock.
That's The Other Guys. That's what
The
I
other
just
guy.
said.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
I legit said that.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Ah. Well, yeah, I think like Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, there's that scene. Do you know which way Aspen is? It's like the swimsuit models on the bus, and he's just like, "Oh, I think it's down that way." And then they goes, "Okay." It's like, "Do you guys want to come?" It's like they offer them to come on. Listen to me explaining the Dumb and Dumber scene. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that scene, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the,
like,
the bus scene.
Yeah,
literally
he's like,
it is.
Are you stupid? Are you insane? Wait! And then he just goes, Aspen's back that way. It's like that was like the ultimate way to end the movie. You're like, exactly, bro. Like, get on the bus. And they're just like, no, you don't want it. It's that way.
Do you reckon?
What?
I was gonna say, like, you know how sequels of movies aren't normally as good as
Yeah.
the first movie. Do you reckon can you think of a movie where the second one is as
Better
good
than-
or better?
John Wick. John Wick's
Oh,
got a good,
that is that.
John Wick's
or
got a
Rocky,
good series.
Rocky's pretty good.
I haven't seen fucking
John Wick 2
Rocky for
is a
so
banger.
long.
John Wick 2 is banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky's
Rocky would be a
original Rocky. That's probably one of the best.
yeah. No, but then you got like Rocky 5, like Drago and stuff. Like I like that
is
one.
a banger.
I like Drago.
It's hard to say. I guess you could say if you're into that shit, which I am, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe with
True.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Because they
well,
like
they sort of tie together. Like
Well, that's
that
what
whole
I'm saying.
Marvel.
It's basically it's the same movie. It's like the same shit, but a
But
different movie.
it
so
is
you
crazy.
could call
If
it
you
as-
go back
it's like,
and
not
watch
even seen
like the one of the first Marvel movies, you'll see the little crumbs of the ending, and it's like holy shit.
They planned
Like
it that far out.
they shot that back in 2007,
Yeah.
and they already thought about like
Because the comics already set everything out.
they thought ahead, but like to the
But not
to the
only
detail
that,
they had.
they shot that many. I think they should. I know they made like 5 different endings. Like they shot 5
Yeah.
different endings.
Yeah.
Or alternative endings to the end game. But like Harry said, comics already had it written out for them. But not only that, they can kind of make the movie to fit
yeah.
the previous movies. So,
Like Jamie's the best person to talk to about that.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what's a better movie, better sequel than the original? Batman Dark Knight compared to Batman Begins. The Joker compared to the original Batman Begins. You know the trilogy?
I haven't seen that in so long as well.
You haven't seen
Yeah.
Dark Knight?
I've seen
Yeah.
them, but it's like kind of it's in the back of my
Go
head.
home, watch The Dark Knight, I'm telling you.
What is one movie you just fucking wish was never made?
Wish that was never made.
Sharknado,
Oh,
whatever.
I thought you were about to say Shark Tale.
Sharknado's
I-
so bad it's
Wait,
fine.
no,
I
is it
can't
Sharknado?
get on to what's it called? That horror movie one.
Scary movie.
I don't.
That's just not your genre.
I can't vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like you said, and you're like, that. It's so stupid.
Yeah, Shark Tale.
Yeah, what's your least favourite movie?
Least favorite, I couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah, I forget about him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
don't care.
literally just
Yeah,
go
watch 'em.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching the Transformers movies. Like I've seen.
But you don't like them? I like them.
No, I've just rewatched the first 2.
I am
Bangers.
Optimus Prime. He says it like 10 times in like the
I
most
know.
recent movie. I'm like, bro, we get it.
Bro,
alright?
fucking
You're Optimus
when they
Prime.
brought Mark Wahlberg into it, I was just like,
Yeah. What happened to the line where that where the first guy he was
Sam
like,
Shia
Wiki.
LaBeouf.
yeah, the Sam Wiki.
Yeah.
He like died in the first they killed him off the series in the first 2 movies, and then it moved to Mark Wahlberg.
No, I'm pretty sure he's also. I think he's in the 3rd one. They got rid of Megan Fox in
Yeah,
the 3rd one.
like they should have kept the original cast and just like
yeah, but
obviously,
it's also like
probably
people
couldn't
not
have
wanting
helped
to do it, people not getting paid enough, and all that
Yeah.
shit. It's all movie, fucking showbiz stuff.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that back in the day. They wanted Megan Fox to lose weight for the role. Megan Fox is
Fuck
perfect the way
off,
she is,
bro.
bro.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean? Megan Fox isn't fat. Megan Fox isn't like, she's not like, not supermodel material. Like, she's a supermodel actress. Like,
oh yeah,
she's not putting on like a pot belly.
no,
She's staying.
Bro.
Oh,
You
she
can't
was-
tell Megan
oh,
when
Fox
I
what to do,
when
bro.
I saw the
God.
like movie again like the other night,
yeah.
I was like, this is
You know
why
how
I like
you
the
know how
movie.
old she is. She's pretty old.
Yeah.
She's like
These days.
35, 36.
Still got it. Still
37.
got it.
Mhm.
Lovely woman.
Wait, hang on.
But you know what's interesting though, like, she's obviously like, it's like when they ask too much of him. There's this guy for the most recent Batman. They wanted him to get like jacked, and for him to get jacked to the level, he needed to take steroids, which is what a lot of the big actors do. And he just denied having to get that big. He's like, I shouldn't have to get that big. And I'm just like, bro, do you want to be Batman? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you sort of have to take that step. You don't hear
The guy from
the
Twilight,
Rock
yeah.
crying about his steroid use, or Arnold and Stallone worrying about that. Like, it's a step you have to take in that business, and that's like, it's the dark underworld of it. But that's
Would
the
you wanna
reality.
get jacked and play a movie role where you're getting paid millions?
Yeah.
And other people will gladly take that spot?
Yeah,
Or are you just like gonna complain about it and be like, oh,
it's like you obviously
shouldn't
knew
have
this
to-
going into it.
Yeah.
Why'd you take the role?
you know the character
Yeah.
is jacked. Why should he have to be your average Joe? No, that's not the point of a superhero. The
He's a
superhero is meant to be
human. Like,
Yeah.
he has to look superhuman.
He's meant to be the pinnacle of humanity.
That's why everyone loves Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not a normal being, bro. Arnold back in the heyday was literally like a Greek god, bro, carved from marble. Like, he was the ultimate human body. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he was so. That's why everyone loved him so much.
He'd just be doing public workouts. Everybody's just there looking at these men. Going,
Yeah.
that is effort.
Exactly. It was like
Yeah, but see, not many people will put the effort in to look like that.
exactly.
Like not
Yeah, because
like,
it wasn't
I know
paying
he was
well.
he was obviously on something to get that big.
of course.
Yeah, he was
He
using
can't
steroids.
be natural. And look
Yeah,
like that.
he's.
But
He doesn't
but-
even deny
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He
But-
doesn't even deny.
even though if you take that, you still have to work out so
Unbelievably
hard.
hard.
Like you have to have a full on routine, and I guarantee, like I know that I probably couldn't stick to
No way.
the shit that they have to do. Like
Yeah.
have you seen this? Like Eddie Hall, being the world's strongest man. Even his diet.
His
He-
diet
he-
isn't even like a diet. It's just like
It's
I have to reach this many calories by the end of the
he
fucking
used
day.
to eat
Yeah.
right for his he used to eat a 1 liter tub of ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You sure?
How's his heart pump?
Are you sure?
Look it up.
I-
I've seen.
yeah,
I've seen.
but-
Look at a YouTube.
Are you sure it was Eddie Hall?
Yep, Eddie Hall, 100%.
Okay. Because I saw
Look it up.
one and he would just like
I know.
order like the fucking English breakfast, but like times 2 plus everything
No, it was
extra.
for a
like,
particular event that he was going
oh,
in,
okay.
and he said for him to be able to do it, I think it was his lead up to the 500 kilo deadlift. Deadlift.
Deadlift,
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy.
Oh, that's a heavier. No. Thor lifted heavier. He lifted like 502 kilos.
Yeah, I think it was like 501.
Well, yeah, it was like-
literally
it was like-
just 1 kilo. What a
What a he just shits on him.
They're
Yeah.
having a boxing match though. You remember that?
won't lie to you though.
I don't know what's happening.
Eddie
with
Hall
that.
nearly died, but
Yeah.
Thor, bro.
Right.
When he like fucking did the 500 and won or whatever the fuck it was, it looked easy.
Mm.
He just pulled it up, fucking put it back down. Eddie
see-
Hall was like bleeding from the nose and everything.
Yeah, but
Aneurysm,
Eddie
brain
Hall,
explosion.
it comes down to his competitiveness.
Mm.
Eddie Hall is very competitive compared
Bro,
to
but-
Thor.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't do that in a fucking million years, bro.
No
Like
way.
respect to the
No
man
way.
for being able to lift half
No.
a ton, but like that'd just be the shittest thing, having a competitor just shit on
So
you with
imagine
1
how much
kilo.
like money you'd spend
Mm.
in a week just on
The
food.
crazy thing about that was before he did that 500 kilo deadlift,
Yeah.
his PB, like leading up to trying to get there because he never could, his PB was like 470 kilos.
Yeah, but
Like,
even
you've just-
even 1 kilo can throw you out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I'll,
so
I'll bench like a weight and then
Mm.
I'll add 1 kilo to that and I just can't do it.
Mm.
And it's just like
Yeah,
like,
imagine-
why it's 1
imagine
kilo.
adding 30
30,
kilos, bro.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
it's pushing your body like to the absolute limit to like half a ton. That is ridiculous.
I want to see what they look like in person because I don't think he even grasps how large they are.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like Hafthor Bjorgensen, like he's.
Have you seen him when he wrestled against Conor McGregor?
Mm,
Yeah.
Conor McGregor looks like a fucking.
child.
And Conor
child,
McGregor's like
bro.
5'10", 5'11".
Is he?
5'10". No, actually he's probably like 5'9".
Yeah, but he's just an
Maybe
average
5'8".
size human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. He's average size.
Eddie Hall looks
Looks like a
tiny
child.
compared to all the other strong men.
Mm.
I'll look up how tall he is.
You need to look up.
He's 1.9 meters long.
That's a
Two
long
What's
meters.
dog.
that? What's
Is this Hafthor?
No, this is 6
that's
foot.
Eddie Hall.
He's 6'3".
Who is?
Eddie Hall, right?
He's short to compared
Yeah,
to strongman. 6'3". Jesus,
To 2.
That's only a bit bigger than Finn.
that's still a big man.
Yeah, I know that's still a big man, but compare that to.
Oh my! Guess how tall Thor is.
6'6".
6'9".
Oh, yeah, I was about to say he's
Inches,
6'10".
bro.
I was about
That
to
is
say he's
ridiculous.
6'10".
He's almost 7 foot, bro. How old is he?
I thought he'd be around that height.
He is.
He's in his 20s.
No, he's 32. So he's in his prime.
He's in his prime.
He's in his prime for.
Cunt, he
weight,
is so
yeah.
young.
And then Eddie
Jesus.
Hall. Eddie Hall is.
He was lifting
33.
that shit when he's like late 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
He can still get better. He'll start declining like 35.
Bro.
He's on tests. Like he's just got to maintain for a long time, but he'll probably die early.
Have you seen Lee Priest when he was our age?
No.
Bro, I was.
But he's not natty though.
No,
Yeah.
but.
Like it's
Aussie.
the dedication
makes you get those gains as well, but test does a lot. Like, yeah, it's almost it's bad sometimes that kids will see like their bodybuilder like influencers on Instagram, and they'll think, oh, if I take their pre-workout and I do what they're telling me to do at the gym, I'm gonna have legit boulder sized shoulders and deltoids. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not reality, bro. You're limited by genetics. This guy's a genetic phenom, and he takes testosterone. Like, you can't.
No,
You can't get there.
You can't. No.
You can get really fit, you can get really strong,
gotta
you
be-
can
yeah,
look
you
good
gotta-
for the standards of an average human being, but these guys are literally enhanced.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, like
It takes years. It takes years of physical transformation to even lift the weights that they're lifting.
And they're
Like,
taking a risk.
Eddie Hall, if you watch like old videos of him going into,
I'm talking about like cosmetic looks, not actual like powerlifters.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my.
that was him at 20, bro.
Lee Chris, he looks old as fuck.
He's an Aussie.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
He was on a little podcast or something like that, and he was talking, and he goes, first time I was competing, and I thought, these guys are huge. Lee Priest was the first person he saw,
Yeah.
because he was like around his age, I think, and he's just like, this cunt is massive, and he's like 22, like, he has.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, kudos to them for the dedication.
I'm glad it exists.
Yeah,
I'm glad
100%.
there are people
It's like-
pushing
it's like-
their bodies to the limits like that.
Yeah.
I love that it's a thing that we're like, think about the sport of bodybuilding is so new, and we're here while bodybuilding is this emerging sport. Like, people look back on that and be like, these guys were maniacs. Look at how crazy this is. And we're living in a time where we get to see that live.
Yeah.
Or like the Ronnie Colemans of the world. Like, absolute mass monsters.
Yeah.
Like, I love that that's a thing that we get to witness as we live, you know? We don't have to look at it like history.
Yeah.
Like, who
But see-
figured it out? Sorry.
No, okay.
Who figured it out to just curl some weights and push things would make you fucking this chiseled piece of artwork?
Yeah. What are you into more, the aesthetic look, or actually being strong? Because I know there's like you can be big, right, and have big muscles and stuff, but actually not have the strength of someone half the size that actually works.
So you
Do
mean
you-
like
do you-
looking
do you-
strong versus being functionally strong?
Yeah. Do you understand? What
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
trying
rather
to
be
say?
functionally
Yeah.
strong because you
so
still
that
look
was-
strong.
Yeah.
Functional fitness is so much more important than cosmetic fitness, in my opinion.
Yeah. Sorry, that's exactly
Yeah.
how to put it.
What about you?
Same.
Same thing?
I like. I mean, aesthetically, like, it'd be cool to have both.
Yeah, but I feel like if you get to a point where you're a really strong functional person,
Yeah.
the gains, like the cosmetics, come along with it.
100%.
I think people should focus on strength gains over cosmetic gains. Looking in the mirror is such a unquantitative way to see it. Like, oh, I think I look bigger. Like, no.
Yeah.
You get so much better appreciation for your hard work than, oh, I went up 0.5 kilo, went up a kilo, 2 kilos. Bro, I just hit a PB. My 1 rep PB just went up. Like, that gets you so much more hyped than, I think I see some striations. I think I see some development. Like, that's so iffy in the mirror. Like, 6 months down the track, you go, man, I'm fucking getting jacked. Like, it looks good. But, like, to get you to that point where those cosmetic gains will look really nice in the mirror, you have to push past that point where you have no cosmetic gains. And eventually, like, the way I see it, I don't look in the mirror for my gains. I look at the weights for my gains. And it's not about the number of things I do. It's about, like, every single set is just pushing it to fail. Every single set is a PB attempt for me, you know?
Yeah.
Powerlifting like powerlifting ideals. You know, you just got to push to the limit every time. Progressive overload, you know?
Yeah. I'd rather work towards something.
Yeah, having
Like,
goals. Goals
if
are
I,
important.
like, there's never an end to a goal. So
Nah.
if you hit 60 kilos, got it. If you hit 70 kilos, got it. 80 kilos, got it. You're looking for the next, like, it's never ending.
Yeah. And it's like, no one is ever satisfied with their journey as like a weightlifter.
No, yeah.
like you can be muscular, like yourself, you're muscular, but you're not satisfied. You'd like to be more muscular, correct?
100%. Yeah.
Same as me, same as Gus. We, to society, we are fit, healthy, strong young men, but in our own minds, we go, nah, I could have bigger quads. I'd like bigger quads. A lot of guys go, I need bigger calves, but you don't need bigger calves, bro. Like, what are you doing with your big calves? Are you actually? Most
don't
guys are
understand
just
the hype
working
around
in. Most guys are working in office buildings. Why do you need big calves? You work in an office building. You just need a healthy heart.
Yeah.
That's all you need. A healthy heart, healthy organs.
Yeah.
And your body needs to be able to carry you around. You don't need excess fat. That's all you need realistically. You know? But a guy with the mindset of just, I need it better. He's going to do these experimental workouts to get better. He wants an edge. He wants to be like fit, strong. It's a good hobby. It's a healthy hobby. I want to be able to be lifting weights deep into my into my retirement.
Yeah.
I want to have the gym. I want to have the boys coming over when I'm like 70, just pumping weights with the boys.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
I'm definitely doing that. I want to maintain resistance training all the way up until I die.
I think I'd be doing more endurance.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. I like if it came down to it, I'd rather endurance training over weight training.
Fuck
I just
that.
enjoy it. Like alright, like I don't know. Sort of both. It depends.
Effort,
It
bro.
depends.
Cardio's
Like
so hard.
I like running. I've always done endurance sort of based sports. Like I've always liked having that set of edge in my endurance compared to other people. That's why I train it a lot. But
Yeah.
I mean, weight training is sort of something that sort of really relatively new to me, because I only really started sort of a year ago, on and off, but fully committed.
It's funny that like weight training is so straightforward, and of course it's so straightforward, but it's also not straightforward at all at the same time. There's so much nuance to weight training, like actually getting a squeeze, actually contracting the right muscles, putting your body in a position to cause a better contraction. Like when you're doing bench press, to pull your shoulder blades back and down, engage the core, squeeze the lats back and spring, bend the bar as you bring it down and hold that contraction and explode out of it. You know what I mean? Slow, eccentric contraction and a fast concentric contraction. You know, like these are massive things that help your gains a lot. And that makes it so much more complicated, but can also improve your gains so much. But also you can just go into the gym and just push weights around. You're going to get gains, but not to the same extent. It's like you can go deep into it, and that's like the difference between a novice, adept, expert, professional. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's turning into a fitness channel.
Yeah.
I love talking about this shit.
Yeah,
though. I'm passionate about it.
But see, everyone's got their own view in terms of how fitness should be. Sort of, what's the word?
Done.
Yeah.
How you should.
Yeah, but like everyone's like, I know that my view to exercise is going to be different to everyone else's. Like in terms of the stuff that I do, the stuff that you do is different. Stuff that you do is different.
It's like a shit.
Oh,
Mid podcast.
I want to hear the plot.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I feel like I'd want to give like, what's it called? Calisthenics? Is it?
yeah.
How do you fucking say it?
I don't know.
Somehow.
I've got it, yeah.
Somehow. Why am I saying somehow? You say it some way. But
I don't
yeah,
know. What do you like better, weight training or training?
well, that's the thing. I've only trained weights.
Yeah.
I've never done calisthenics.
Yeah.
But I feel like that'd be good because I've always like been drawn to that.
I reckon it sort of depends on what sport you like sort of train. Like if it's like long running, obviously endurance would help it, but then you've got like wrestling and MMA and stuff where endurance and strength come into play, and they sort of.
Well, that's the thing. It's all body weight training.
Yeah.
So you're just doing pull-ups. It's basically endurance.
Yeah.
And with that, you're going to get stronger. Like, how long... Like, you see people just going from, like, lying down to folding themselves in half
Yeah.
with their feet just over not touching the ground, and then lifting themselves up. Or just lifting themselves up in ways
Like,
where
yeah.
it's like a muscle up. You see
100%.
that people make it look easy. They are so fucking hard for people who like just begin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you can do them like that kind of shit easy, you are very strong.
Yeah. Like, have you seen the people who work in the circus and stuff?
Oh,
Like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like the water, the aqua, I don't know what it's called.
the
Anyway,
acrobats.
yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, but just the strength. Like, physically it doesn't... Sorry, what?
No, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just checking.
No, just like on the surface, it doesn't look like it. They're that strong, but then they 2 hours. Gone for 2 hours.
2 hours, bro. It's
That's
been a rocky
that's
one.
a solid time.
You were saying?
Yeah, like the acrobats and stuff, like ridiculously strong.
Underappreciated.
Like, oh, they are like, you see someone who, as I said, aesthetically looks strong and yada. I guarantee they won't be able to do the same stuff that these acrobats can do. They can.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They
It's the
can
principle of
do a
specificity.
handstand
They
in
shouldn't
one
have
hand.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, like I have so much respect for like ballerinas and people who are in ballet when they just spin 1,000 times on their tippy toes and like get lifted up, and the
I
people
get
lifting
dizzy
up
as.
and they're doing all that crazy shit, and at the end they're just like, after a 10-minute performance, just like, ta-da, and everyone's just, oh yeah. Bro, I can't fucking spin around in a circle like 2 times without fucking getting dizzy as fuck. Like, how do they just like a fucking tornado and then cool, I'm gonna fucking do like 10 front flips now? Like, they are so
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah.
It's like,
I understand.
no.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You can only grind.
I took a shit. Didn't go out.
Again,
I tried to, bro. It's
the
like I
fifth
need
time
fiber.
tonight.
I'm
you've
constipated.
waited 2 hours to pump that shit, and
I didn't
then-
wait. It just came. I'm like, oh, boys, gotta go.
I was
Didn't
gonna say
happen.
it's a pretty quick one. Like,
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll say it's like, nah. Like,
might as well get off.
I need some fiber, some Metamucil or something. It is what it is.
Well, you should
Very depressing feeling. I just want that
take some
satisfaction.
Laxatives.
What?
Take some laxatives. And just
That's
Destroy
what you
the
do. You just
toilet.
spike some with laxatives.
it'd be so funny.
It'd be fucked up if they're.
It'd be fucked up, but it'd be funny as.
It has to happen once to at least one of us. I think it's a good story.
Who hasn't had their head shaved? Someone who.
Matt hasn't had his head
I don't know,
shaved.
man, shit.
Jamie hasn't had his head shaved. Chris hasn't had his head
Well,
shaved.
those are your 2 choices.
Oh, has Kev?
Huh?
Has Kev?
Kev shaved his head.
He had a
Many
skullet
a
for a
time.
couple days.
Oh, I remember that.
It was the funniest fucking thing.
Nothing was as worse as Jacob's one.
That was funny as the
That
botched
was
haircut.
probably the funniest one.
Yeah.
He woke up the next morning with the
He
back
was
half
not
all
having
shaved
it.
off.
He was not having it that morning. He was like, "Fuck this cunt."
I love Jacob. He's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah. Don't worry, I was going to say. I was going to tell the story of Jacob getting his head shaved, but I don't even remember it to tell it accurately, so there's no point of him telling it.
yeah, I can't fucking remember that. I was drunk.
I think he did it to himself. I think
wasn't he
didn't
like?
didn't he go
"Someone
up and
shaved
just
my
shave
head" or
his
something
head?
like that? Oh yeah.
No,
Was
I
that-
went
was
and
that
shaved his
him?
head. I came out behind him. Yeah. So what we did is, I'll tell the story. What we did is, at my dad's place, he has a paddock down the back, and what we'll do is, I'll go over in the morning
The
and I'll get the mower and I'll mow this square out in the middle of a paddock out of this long grass, and I'll clean it all up, and it'll be like as low as a cricket pitch, real low grass, and we call it the pad. We'll get like a bonfire and I'll put a tent and some chairs around, and we'll just get as smashed as we can, and crazy shit will happen. Just the most carnage, primitive stuff, right? So one of the gags is that we'll always do is, after one of these nights, someone will have their head shaved, because I'll bring a razor blade. I'll bring like an electric razor down, and you'll just attack someone during the middle of a drunken like night. You'd attack someone and just straight into their head. It's fucked. They have to shave their head now, and it's funny for us. Which it's like
so funny.
the most immature shit ever. So I came up behind Jacob and I just got him, and then I put it into his head, and he just accepts it, grabs the razor out of my hand, and just goes, and just starts squealing like a pig, and just starts shaving his head. and then he just shaves his head. It's all like sprouty and everything. And then I got a video of him sitting there with his half-shaved head, him drunk as hell, rolling a cigarette with just licking it, just like a little rat in a corner, desperate for his nicotine hit, with his little munted head, and he just goes to me like an absolute creature of the night. Yeah, and then I got my head shaved. I shaved Gus's mullet. He had like an Elvis Presley mullet.
That was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the.
And then we got all hair in the food.
Yeah,
and shit.
hair went in the food.
Yeah,
No
all
one
of
could
the
eat the dinner because
sausages.
all your hair got in the
Bro, I fucking I gridironed the fuck out of that sausage to hit Chris's face. I was
I
like,
can't remember. What
fucking
about the
30
chair
meters
kick?
away? Just
Yeah, I stomped on your chest and took out and knocked you over with the chair. Like I just kicked you in the chest.
yeah,
Yeah, and then you got me back with that.
like a
big-
year later,
yeah.
I saved it
That,
up.
oh god, that was like retribution. It
Mm.
was like boiling up.
I told
for
you I
a
was gonna get
year.
you back.
Yeah.
And that was big. No, and then you did it to Jacob. You jumped
Oh
over
my
the.
God.
Yeah, we spoke about this
freaking
last
fire.
podcast. We need to put this in the podcast so people can see.
Yeah,
I think we should put some highlight reels of
Yeah.
what we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
that'd
Legit,
such
so
an
like
effort
some,
to
like-
edit these, like clip them.
I wish we videotapes the power boxing.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was.
You know, tell the story. Tell the powerboxing
Do
story.
it. Alright,
You go for it. I'll chime in if there's some details.
We do this thing called. Well, we used to do this thing
Yeah.
called power boxing. So
Yeah.
what it involves is you go up to the side of the house and you'll have an electrical box, and inside the electrical box you'll have all these switches, the main line, like
Yeah, it's often down the side of someone's house.
Yeah. So all the lights and stuff. So me and Harry were doing it in a suburb.
First time I ever came over to your house.
Yeah, first time he came over to my house, we did it, and it was sort of one of the first times I was doing it as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were doing it, and it was so funny. We were having like these guys coming out, going like, "What the fuck's going on with our?"
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that first house. We went down the side of the house, opened the box up. The first time we ever did it, boom, and we see their upstairs lights turn off, and we're like, "Whoa!" And we run out across the road into the bushes,
And we
and we
just
see the lights. Everyone's like, "Oh!" And they open the door, and the guy comes out, turns his power box back on. And he's just like, "Oh, whatever." It mattered like power surge. So we just go, "Ooh!" And we run back over, ding. Fucking pissing ourselves, run back over, just like little kid shit. How old were we, like 15 or something?
Oh yeah, with it, yeah.
14. Yeah, and then we start doing that. We do it to like 3 or 4 houses, correct?
Yeah.
And then we get
We
to.
would only turn the main one off. That was all we did.
Yeah, it wasn't-
All it takes is to turn it back.
It's
on.
one switch.
One switch.
But like to our little childhood
Yeah,
minds,
yeah,
it was
it
the
was
most
so- it
devious,
was- yeah,
cool
yeah.
thing we could do, right? We're like, oh my god, we're like,
Yeah, like
It's
oh,
so-
yeah.
it's pretty like fucked up. Like think about like we're like it's just get into trouble as a young kid. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Yeah.
do it. You have to experience it. Yeah, so we do it throughout the night for a couple of hours, just walking around the suburb, just switching people's power boxes off like little gremlins. Like what a fucking bunch of retards. But
Yeah.
it's
And it was getting late, right? And
Yeah.
we're coming back, and Harry saw this house, and Harry goes, "Yeah, let's do it to this house."
Yeah.
And I said to Harry, "Oh, I don't know, man. Like, I have a really bad feeling about this house."
I love how you said that
Right,
as well.
I think I jinxed it. I did say it. I said, I don't want to do this house.
Yeah, you're like, nah, let's just keep going, let's just head home. And I was like, no. I was having so much fun. I was like, nah, just this one last house.
Harry was G'd up because it was like an adrenaline rush. It was like
Yeah.
you turned the light off and then
And they
you
had all their
fucking
lights
run.
on. They had the bottom lights, they had the top lights.
It was
lit up.
perfect. It was like the best house you could do, and we were like, and I was like, fuck, okay, we'll do it. So we go, we scout out, we look around, we go up to the side of the house.
And you got to set the layout. So
Yeah.
so if you look at the front of the house, there's a 2-car garage on the left, and to the right there's a little pathway to the door, and it's just a flat front of the house. And down to the left, they have just like 5 meters down the left side of the house. There's the power box, and there's just a fence that they put like in front of the house.
It's at least a meter in depth.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
2 meters probably in depth from
yeah.
around the side of the house. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened is, so we've gone up to do the power box, and you lift the lid up, and as we lifted the lid,
The car pulls into the street.
Mind you, it was like 11:30 at night. It was late, right? As soon as we lifted it up, the fucking guy comes home, and he comes up, right, and I've gone, oh shit. Me and Harry jumped into the corner, right? Go.
Yeah, so he pulls into the corner, and we see this light coming to the street, and me and Matt are like, oh, this can't be the guy. Like, just drive past. And we see the headlights pull out onto the street, and we like huddle into like, there's about like 1.5 meters depth into the house. So like, if
it wasn't enough for me and Harry to
squeeze into, we're like pressing up each other, like mice pressing into a wall, trying to like squish into the wall so like he couldn't see us. But he could easily see us, right? So he just pulls up like, come on, please just drive past. He turns into his driveway, pulls up halfway into his driveway, pauses. Then just goes, and just drives, turns his wheel, drives up and just pins us up against the side of the wall with his car, lights on us. And we're just like, oh! And then Matt just goes, fucking run. And Matt just bolts. I'm in deer in headlights. I don't know what to do. The guy...
Harry literally... I bolted. Like, mind you, we had to jump onto the car to... Like, he boxed us in. We had to jump over the car to get out, right?
Yeah, like, you had to get down, bypass it.
Anyway, so I bolted. I was gone like the dusk at dawn.
Yeah, Matt was like, run, and he's gone. By the time he opened the door, Matt was already at the end of the driveway, gone, right? And I'm standing there looking at this guy, and he has his lights on, he opens the door, and he he gets out, he goes, what do you think you're doing? And at this point, I'm just walking out of his driveway. Like, I'm just like, nah, don't worry. If I just pretend it's not happening, we're G. So I start walking, and he goes, where do you think you're going? And I get like right next to him, between like 1/2 meter of next to him. I look him in the face, and he looks at me, and I just go, I just fucking bolt, and he's like, "Rah!" And then we run into a bush. He gets in his car, reverses out, and we run into a park, and we just see him circling the park, bro.
Oh.
And then we're like, all right, we got to like make a run for it home. So as he gets past this point on the circle around, we bolt out of the park, shoot down the street, across the main road into his suburb, and we get home, and then we're like, oh, I can't believe we made it. And then your dad is up still, and he goes, what were you boys doing? And we're like, oh, nothing. And we just went to bed, nothing's said about it, right? So we wake up the next morning, and there was a post on the local Facebook neighborhood page saying that there were a group of teenagers,
delinquents
that might have broken into his property, and the police have been called to investigate, and that even though no property is damaged or missing, I doubt their intentions were innocent. That's what he said, bro. I can't believe I remember that so well. And then we couldn't help ourselves. And then your dad was curious of why we were acting so sus. And we tell him, and your dad just goes, just starts laughing. He goes, that's kids getting in trouble. That's kids living a good life. And I just knew that's a good experience. Like, that had to be done, you know?
What did he say? He goes, I don't care what you do, just don't get caught.
That's what my dad says. My dad says, you're going to do stupid shit, think about things before you do it, and just don't get caught. I'm like, thank you. That's the good advice.
That's it. Yeah. But that was like funny.
It was innocent little fun. Like,
it wasn't bad.
He didn't even get his power box. He pulled in right at the right time. He didn't even get his power box.
Yeah. We didn't know. Yeah. He thought we were trying to rob him.
Yeah, he probably thought we jumped the fence and then caught us at that point.
But they had dogs and stuff there.
Did they? I don't remember. But yeah, it's like little shit as a kid is important.
But like I remember the thrill I used to get knocking and running. Like, you knock on a door and you run, and you're like,
yeah.
Because someone opens the door and they're just not there.
Like it fucking
Wollongong.
Yeah,
were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Chris is just fucking walking. Sorry. Oh.
Tell the story.
Yeah, because
I wasn't even
knocked
there.
and run on a door.
From my point of view, this is what happened. I'm just walking, talking with Chris and what down the street, and then I just look up for a split second and just see you checking both ways on lawns, and then skipping over to this guy's fucking house.
You were drunk.
And I'm like, fuck, gotta go, fucking running, and then just hear from the distance, what the fuck are you doing? Just Chris, like,
Yeah. But no one told Chris, and Chris was like...
No, he was walking with Kev, I think.
Yeah, but Chris came around the corner and didn't even know what happened. The guy came out and started abusing Chris.
Yeah. Well, what happened? Like, I remember just being this, like, feeling like a knock and run was on. Because I remember we planned it. Me and Tom were said, like, oh yeah, we've got to do a knock and run. So then I see, like, I'm walking with a group of boys, and I just go, I just start walking a bit faster, get some distance on them. So like I have like a head start, so they'll get caught, right?
Yeah.
And I see this house, and it has like one of those Ring doorbells, and I see it. I'm like, okay, I look around, and I see that they're behind me. I see that you boys are like parallel with me. I've caught up to you guys. Skip the thing, click the doorbell. The Ring doorbell lights up. There's my face in the camera. I'm just like, oh, and I just bolt. I jump out of the thing. I bolt. I run past you. You pour a beer over the guy's car, bro. It's fine. Oh yeah, true, but bro, it's not that bad. Don't worry, it's just a little kid. And what's it called? We start bolting. This guy opens the door. He's like, oi! What do you think I'm doing, you fucking stupid cunts? And I'm howling, just bolting down this road, bro. And Chris is there, just drunk as balls, high as balls, doesn't know what to do. And this guy just starts abusing him. He just goes, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. And my mates are stupid. They thought it'd be funny to knock and run. I'm sorry. And he goes, yeah, well, tell them not to do it again. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. He thought he was going to get his head punched in. And we've all left him in the dust. And I thought he was legit going to get bashed. Because I just see this guy bolt out of this door, like wanting to kill someone, wanting to rip someone's head off. And but we got away unscathed. And I threw him under a bus.
That's funny, yes. 2:20.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right.
Chris has just been in there chilling. So,
Right.
How do you wrap it up?
how do you wrap it up? You simply just go, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 10 people that have listened.
See you soon.
For tuning in to this episode.
Is it even on? Can I even turn it off?
I'm not sure if the spacebar does it.
I bet it does. Sponsored by V Energy. I'll see you next time.
Out.